Hello, everyone, and welcome once again. It's episode 21 of Longtime Watcher, First Time Writer. Hooray!
Yay!
We've done it.
We've done it.
We've surpassed most podcasts.
Yeah,
Wow,
yes, we
really?
have.
Probably. Let's see.
I would assume so. We're just being honest.
We say this without any data.
I mean, there's probably a good likelihood that a good amount of podcasts, particularly obscure, lesser known ones, maybe really did only get 1 or 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
Done by a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, exactly. Any other
Can't
topic?
relate.
Yeah.
What do you... Oh. I, for one, can fully relate.
Yeah, incredibly
You're
relatable.
not supposed to tell them no.
Oh, no,
You
they...
think they don't know?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're supposed to fake it till you make it, right?
No,
I mean,
I've given
yeah.
up on faking things. I'm just gonna live in Skullwaller.
I like it. It's nothing but complete sincerity from Gopher from now on. It's good
Yeah.
energy for both the podcast and life. And what podcast is it? Well, I'm sure you know this by now. You're 21 goddamn episodes in. But it's Longtime Watcher, First Time Writer. As always, I'm your longtime watcher, King Fats the 95th. And I am joined again, as always, by my wonderful, wonderful first-time writers, Action Shakespeare,
20. You want to play 21?
B-Drops,
Would you like to play a game?
and the magical well gopher,
Blackjack.
Blackjack.
Oh,
2
okay.
words.
Are you
got-
gonna? Is this gonna be a thing, B? Are you gonna
I
do
got-
the?
21, so I win.
So good.
Stay.
So good to have the fisherman from Link's Awakening joining us once again.
Oh, yeah. It's nice to have another role.
Yeah, you gotta give people shots even if they sound really fucking creepy.
Yeah, listen, it's not my intention.
I understand.
I like taking people out fishing alone.
Yo, dog, that sounds really creepy.
Listen, it's good
I think that's very presumptuous of you.
Oh, fair. Well, person 1. There was a person 2 there for a second. Excuse me. Hello.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's-
that's my buddy.
fucking statue
Yeah.
from Jack and Dexter. Hello.
Yeah.
I don't have enough precursor orbs, but like
Not quite the Cave of Wonders.
People
it's a similar.
Yeah.
Can you say diamond in the rough?
Diamond in the rough.
Hey.
Hey, once every blue moon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I always
Don't kill
forget
your
that part
voice.
of the movie because my VHS of Aladdin growing up was like super messed up. So the part where, like the entire scene from when Jafar is like consulting the orb or whatever the hell he does and breaking Aladdin out of jail
Mhm.
was super messed up.
Aw.
So it is like the only scene in Aladdin I don't know.
I feel like my VHS copy of Aladdin was the same. Like, I feel like the diamond in the rough bit just like wasn't in there for some reason. I don't know if that's accurate or
Whoa.
not, but yeah, I definitely have this like vague memory of being like younger and seeing like a DVD copy of Aladdin and them doing the diamond in the rough bit and me being like, I don't remember that. What the fuck?
Deleted scenes.
Yeah, there's some new scenes. That's crazy.
That's like the
DVDs
fucking
are
George
so-
Lucas
Platinum
fucking Star
edition.
Wars.
Wow, these DVDs are something.
Every shot is so dense.
What?
Boy, we got
Man.
off topic before
I-
we even attempted to get on topic.
Speaking of dense shots.
Yeah, really.
No,
Lot of
that's...
snow.
Oh god, my brain instantly went to the thick shocker guy.
Yeah? Yeah, you thinking about
I miss Husky Grunt.
Yeah, no.
No, it's just... I don't know, something about Kamen Rider and density, and that got me to thickness, and there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Gopher,
Mhm.
there is nothing wrong with liking them big and liking them chunky.
That's
Okay.
No, that's
Liking
That's-
them round and liking them plumpy.
that's true. There is something wrong about liking a fascist, but
Yeah, I mean, admittedly,
Yeah.
that's going to be the issue here, but
It's
Yeah.
it's not that you like the fascism. It's that you like the chunk,
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
that's fine.
He can be one of those guys where you're like, I can fix him. Just make him not a fascist
God.
anymore.
Oh.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh god.
He's such a tender soul. He's not really a fascist.
Yeah.
Deep down.
He's just doing it for the money.
Deep down, I know he's a good guy.
Where were we? We were doing the intro.
You know,
Yes.
before we continue, I do just want to
Please.
say one more thing.
Please.
Okay.
For the past few episodes, I have been noticing there are these moments in the podcast
Mhm.
where everyone falls silent a little bit, and I can only assume it's because we all realize we're a bunch of silly individuals.
You could have said dipshits, but go on.
Yeah, that's yeah. And then we just are like, okay, with that information in our heads, we
Yeah.
have to move on.
We are required by the state to move on.
That's the gist of it,
Yeah.
really. That's long time watcher, first time writer in a nutshell.
Yeah, really. That could be our tagline. We
Like
are
there-
required by the state to move on.
Yeah. There you go. There's your homework for the day, listeners. You can go back and rewatch all the podcasts and listen to the awkward pauses that are still left in. Maybe.
Yeah. Probably. Probably left in, but not as long as they actually are.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wordsy. Speaking of Wordsy,
Words.
damn, y'all, that fucking fan art.
Yeah.
Yes, go to the official Twitter if you haven't seen it
Yeah.
already.
If you haven't seen it, Wordsy made us some insanely dope art. And it was super cool. And we posted it. And it was super cool. I don't know. It fucking ruled.
Just
It was good. Look at it.
the fact
Yeah.
that like your shirt colors and patterns is in the blue flame that you have
That was-
coming out
that
of your
was-
head is just
That was very good. It was a good
That is-
little touch.
Yeah, I like that.
so good.
Very, very good.
Shout out to Wordsy. Go commission Wordsy for art. And also podcast editing stuff. And also voice acting stuff, because he does that too, and he's
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
good at that. Basically, like, just go give Wordsy money.
You got a
I
couple
don't-
million
Please.
dollars to spare, you can make him read the entire dictionary.
You sure as shit can.
Just a thought.
Just a thought.
Knowing him, he'd make it really good too.
Yeah.
It'd be so good.
Like, he'd take it seriously, but then he'd throw in funny voices and he'd get really into it.
Yeah. Like every time he got to when he got to the definition of the word mollusk, he'd do the Timony voice. And then he'd like throw in some additional mollusk facts for free.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go give Wordsy your money. Where were we? I think we were about to talk about what episodes we were doing today. Yeah.
We're about to do the intro, yeah.
Well, we'd
We're
done
still-
the intro. We
yeah.
introduced ourselves. I think we were just at the point where we needed to talk about what episodes we're watching today. So this time on Long Time Watcher, First Time Writer, we are going through episodes, original Kamen Rider episodes 46 and 47. Those are Showdown, the Snowy Mountain Monster Bear Conger, and Who Wants to Guess What the Second Monster's Weird Title Name is?
Lamp.
Just Lamp?
I mean, I don't need to
Yeah.
guess, but
Oh, did you already see it?
I mean, I've seen his. Yeah, I was there. I watched the episode.
No. I'm
That was-
I'm not talking about his actual name. I'm talking about the fucked up version of his name that they use in just the title of the episode.
Oh yeah, that's the only one I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. B, do you also recall that?
I do recall the title episode. It was, or the episode titled version of his name. It was Todo Giller.
Yep.
What?
For whatever reason, episode 47 is called The Deadly Ice Devil Todoguiler. Todoguiler.
Never mind. I don't remember that at all.
Well, you goofed it.
Well,
Thought
you
they
can now.
Yeah,
No, his name is
I'm not gonna.
Sea
I
Isler or something.
Yeah.
Sea Oiler.
Seal oiler. Yeah,
Sea
seal
oiler.
oiler.
Sea
lawyer.
Liler.
Yeah.
Sea
Seal-
Liler.
Soiler.
Sea Lawyer.
Soiler!
Soil.
Soiled it.
Soiled it.
Soiled it.
The bottom line is, it doesn't really work no
It's a
matter
Kingdom
what.
Hearts joke. It's a SpongeBob joke. You got mileage with this guy. The point is, for whatever reason, This is another monster whose name in only the title is entirely incorrect. Glances at name whale. I don't understand why
Slugzilla.
this is happening. But before we cover these episodes that were I think cards on the table here, just up front, better than the last ones, but not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a better flow, at least, you know?
Mm-hmm. Episode 46 was, like, weirdly fast.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like, I feel, yeah, Shakes mentioned it when we were actually watching the episode. It felt like it was, like, 5 minutes long. We just, like, really went through it.
There was, like, 3 scenes in it.
You know, it's what it was. It's because we get, like, 2 really long fight scenes in it.
It's true.
But we'll talk about that in just a second. First, we gotta talk about the thing that fighting leads to, and that's death, because it's death count time with B-drops.
Oh boy. Thank you. Oh, I had a theme song now. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So, as we've gone over many, many times before, the ebb and flow of high and low deaths like the tide. Once again, the tide has come in, and so comes the blood. Episode 44 featured only sword fights, so you know what that means.
Hayato did a bunch of murders.
A bunch of murders! I think this might actually be his highest single episode kill count thus far.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes. So let me go through everyone else's numbers first. First of all, proud of Taki, he got a miscellaneous kill.
Hell yeah.
This is the first time we've had or I should say, the first time Taki has used a weapon in battle that I can recall. He took a sword.
He's used knives and stuff.
Has he? I don't remember
kills before, so that's generally
he
how
has,
that
but usually he was like throwing people off of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't recall any time
I'm pretty
seeing
sure
Taki with like a sword or a knife.
I mean, he might have. I'll have
Pyrosaurus.
I'd have
I think he grabbed some knives and started going crazy.
I have to check my notes, but he absolutely did never go crazy with weapons ever.
Well, a little.
Otherwise,
crazy.
you'd have
as crazy
more.
as they'd let
He's
Taki.
Yeah,
1
you
to
know
2.
What? I think you're right.
Tops.
I think he did get like 2 or 3 kills in the Pyrosaurus episode, because I think that was like the second entry into the miscellaneous kills after the after the Gekagelos episode.
In any case, Shocker got a little higher than average for these past several episodes. They got 4 total kills. And now for the real impressive number, Hayato got a total of 33 kills in episode 44.
Holy shit!
Okay.
That's so many.
Damn.
It was wild.
Okay,
and
I have to know, does this surpass Hongo's single episode kill count?
I believe it does.
Wow.
So, I'm sorry, I cannot check my notes because Coco is sitting on them.
Coco.
Coco. Everyone is saying hi to you. They love you.
We love you, Coco.
Get off the fucking notes.
Yeah. Also,
Coco.
please move your butt and say something
It's all right.
about the podcast.
I do believe this episode does have more kills for Hayato than Hongo, because I do believe Hongo got like 20 something.
Okay.
In his big return episode, or the episode after that, I should say.
Wowee.
So yeah, crazy high.
Yeah, that's an insane number of kills.
It was wild. Unfortunately, Tide comes back and recedes for episode 45. We have 2 miscellaneous kills. Both under Taki again.
All right, let's go Taki.
He did throw a knife, and there was that fun scene of him throwing a mook off of the gas tower.
Oh yeah, the guy who didn't get prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much to my disappointment. And Hayato only got the big bad kill. So, episode 44, 38 kills total. Episode 45, 5 kills total. That brings us to Hayato getting 34 kills for both these episodes. That brings him up to 235 out of 307 kills for Team Kamen Rider. Taki got those 3 kills, bringing Miscellaneous up to 29 total kills.
Hell yeah!
Good for you, Taki.
We're almost at 30 miscellaneous kills.
Very close. Hopefully we'll reach it soon.
Miscellaneous has like a third of Shocker's overall kills, which is kind of great.
Yeah, it was very good.
Speaking of Shocker's overall total kills, they had 6 for these 2 episodes, bringing them up to a total of 127.
Okay. I mean, still lagging way behind, but the number is starting to become respectable.
No.
Unfortunately, a little bit, but
Yeah,
I'm still just happy they're lagging so far behind.
It's so
but
far behind.
that leaves us with 43 kills for both this episode.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes?
Before B gives us the new number, let's say a brief moment of silence to 420 total kills. We hardly knew ye.
We hardly knew ye, but you were welcome here. Goodbye, 420 total kills. We are now at 463 total kills as of Kamen Rider
close.
episode 45.
We just need 6 more, baby.
I'm surprised no one mentioned it, but I was checking the Twitter, and we not only surpassed 420 tweets, but after last night, we surpassed 690. So
We've
there's
done...
some... Yeah.
Nice.
Like, yeah, it's super nice. I didn't realize we've done...
It counts retweets and such, but
yeah,
still.
Counts when I retweet some bullshit from, like, Toku GIFs, or when I retweet something from a Toku artist. But that's also because I want this, this Twitter to have some stuff on it besides just podcast. Especially because we don't really tweet about the podcast that much, besides, like updates and stuff. I should probably work on that.
Yeah, maybe we should. I don't know, little clips or something. I don't know, let us know what you think might be a nice idea to show people.
Yeah.
What got you invested in the podcast? And let us know if you think that'll get other people invested.
Yeah, for sure. I actually really like the idea of little clips. I might start bugging Wartsy about that. About seeing if we can get...
I have to admit, every single time that you lovely folks tell us that, usually it's in response to us apologizing for it, but when we just go off on tangents forever, and it almost seems like we've forgotten that this is a Kamen Rider podcast, and you say you enjoy that, warms my heart.
Yeah. It makes me feel real good. I also appreciate Go for acknowledging that in the announcement tweet for episode 20. Very good meme.
Very good.
I saw
that picture
the
of
episodes we watched last time, and I'm just like, I'm gonna post this in the chat for later.
Yoink.
Yoink, indeed. Also, goddamn, we're not even 50 episodes. I don't know. I don't remember there being a ton of kills in these episodes, so it might be close. But there's a chance. What, we're at 463?
Yes.
Okay, alright, so maybe we don't quite hit 500 kills by episode 50, but we'd be close for sure.
We'd have to see if Hongo or Hayato goes crazy at some point, because, I mean, Hayato got 33 kills in this last set of episodes, so who knows what the future holds.
Who knows what the future holds, indeed. Wow. Just wow. Lots of death. A large majority of it being Kamen Rider.
There'd be more total kills, but kind of retcons that halfway through an episode.
yeah, we will have to get to that.
Mm-hmm. Which is my segue into starting the episode.
Yeah, let's start the episode.
We're not going to be talking about that yet.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about that
second episode.
Yes, it is.
But
we got
it's an okay segue. It's got a wonky wheel, but it'll get you there. So we're starting with Kamen Rider episode 46. Showdown! The snowy mountain monster Bear Conger. Original air date February 12th, 1972.
I think I want to make my first note
Please.
that I was so certain, because most of these title names that we get off of Shout Factory are super weird.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to the monsters, translations, whatever. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Bear Conger. So it's going to be like Kuma Konga, because alliteration,
Mhm.
it sounds a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Boy, whoops.
Whoops.
My bad for assuming literally anything.
Yeah, this dude's name is just Bear Conga.
It's just Bear Conger. His name is literally Bear Conga.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They were just like, this one, we're gonna call him Bear Conger.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know what the fuck this guy is supposed to be.
He's not a fucking bear,
Yeah.
that's for goddamn sure.
You're not familiar with them being a bear and a conger?
Yeah,
Like,
you've
I
never
could
seen the
kind
Conger?
of see it, a bear, sort of, but
He's-
like,
Like,
They
no,
do
I-
bear-esque.
is
I-
maybe the most artificial a shocker Cyborg has ever been.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
He's
I think-
so silly.
I
He
think
looks like a
that's-
giant gibbon in a ski outfit, but with spikes.
Yeah, a little bit.
He
Yeah,
looks...
big old monkey.
He kind of looks like Gigan to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like if you took off, like, the back wings and you gave him, like, a ski visor
Yeah.
goggles instead of the Cyclops eye.
Put a pair of fucking power line glasses on Gigan and you got it.
Bret
Yeah.
Hart
Oh,
over here.
and in Kamen Rider tradition, you have to give him one normal hand.
Yeah, one regular Glippa, one...
His normal hand is the one he killed people with, wasn't it?
I
Yeah,
think it was,
weirdly
yeah.
enough. Despite his Gigan hand.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that thing is.
His weird, not quite a knife, not quite a spade hand.
That's Gigan, baby. I wish I liked Gigan more. That's
I-
a whole other tangent. Talk to me about Godzilla when I
Oh,
Yes, please.
Gigan makes the worst noise.
You're not a
I-
Gigan fan?
I wanted to be, but not really, no.
I forget, is Gigan the one that gets hotted in Monster Wars?
Is he?
I'm checking. Yes, Gigan
Oh,
is in fact the one who
yes,
explicitly
yes.
gets... Do you like hotted Gigan?
Guess I like it better than original Gigan, but
That's fair.
I gotta be honest, it's almost entirely because he doesn't make that god-awful screeching noise.
That's fair. I am not familiar with the noise what Gigan makes, so...
Oh, yeah, this guy.
And while, I mean, OG Gigan is... he's alright. He's not great. He's not... I don't hate him. I don't love him. Hotted Gigan, though? Hotted Gigan can get it.
he can get it quite a bit better than original Gigan.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Do kind of miss... Hotted Gigan doesn't have the paunch.
can
And
you
in some ways
post-
that's a good thing, and in some ways it's a bad thing.
Can you go post an image in the chat? I can't seem to find it.
Well, here's a fucking outstanding Hotted Gigan figure. So I'll just post that in there. Nope, that's the wrong
nope,
picture.
that's the same guy.
Yeah, man.
For all you folks at home, please Google Gigan and then Google
G-I-G-A-N.
Gigan Final
You
Wars.
don't even have to Google Gigan Final Wars is the thing. There's plenty of pictures of regular
It'll pop up.
and Hotted Gigan if you just search Gigan.
Man's got
That is-
chainsaw hands.
Yeah.
Man's got chainsaw hands.
I don't.
I do agree on the punch. It gives him
Yeah.
a lot of character.
Yeah.
The paunch used to be like a pretty trademark thing in every like kaiju for some reason. Like every kaiju had some paunch, but they
Yeah.
really started hitting Gold's Gym or something.
Yeah.
It's just gone now.
I guess they didn't need that
Godzilla
extra
stole
room in
the
the suit,
thickness.
whatever it was.
Yeah, or something.
God, Godzilla got so thick.
Godzilla got hella thick.
Dummy thick.
Why did Godzilla get so thick?
Stole all of it.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm not upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not upset about it either. It's just, like, in hindsight, it is definitely a weird, like...
Just- Like, I don't. Like, I just googled Godzilla thick.
Yeah, look out! Jesus!
Yeah.
Like,
Bitch,
I
where you
don't-
going with all that ass?
is this
City.
edited? I don't think so.
No.
No,
not at all.
It's just
like
so...
as Godzilla designs went on, he got more and more bottom heavy.
Yeah. They're really
And-
like, you know what Godzilla needs? A fucking fat ass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was people liking his tail or
It
what.
does, yeah, I mean, because it very much accentuates that.
Yeah.
And
it's
and there's
great.
a part of me that wonders if like some people were trying to rely on the whole like marine aspect of his biology to make it look like he was more capable of swimming. So you would like,
Kind of believe that he's
elongate
a
the
tail
sea
and-
monster. Yeah, I
Kind
could
of
see
like
that.
a
Yeah.
crocodilian.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't have a great answer for you though.
Yeah.
No,
Don't
it's
know
just
for certain.
It's because they're fucking geniuses.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, look, I ain't never gonna say no to a Godzilla with a fat ass.
Next up, we make Jet Jaguar.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
Thick Jaguar? I'm all about it.
Oh, have you seen
Oh,
the
no.
Jet Jaguar design for the
Uh,
new anime?
Oh
Yes.
no! I don't
Yes, I
think
have.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's fun.
So good.
For Donkey Kong.
Yeah?
Let me
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get one.
Everybody at home, you should Google Jet Jaguar singular point if you want to see this. Perhaps after you Google Jet Jaguar just to see what he looks like at base.
Yeah, look at this dude.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
He that's where all the punch went.
Yeah.
I see.
They gave
Jet
it to
Jaguar got it.
Jaguar stole the punch.
Jet Jaguar
He stole the punch. Which is really out of character. He's such a chill guy. I love Jet Jaguar.
I love Jet Jaguar. Oh, there we go. There's a real good picture of him, like, actually in the anime. See, you can see him upright and everything. Look at this dude.
Okay, well the legs
That's
are
great.
a little better.
People at home cannot see this, unfortunately.
Use Google. Y'all motherfuckers got the
Please.
internet. You're listening to this podcast on a computer.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
I don't know. Maybe I'll throw in these pictures.
Yeah, I mean, to
If,
be fair,
if you
there's
like.
nothing stopping us from uploading it. And if people were like, I thought this was a Kamen Rider podcast, we'll be like, we thought, shut up. Fucking bitch.
Oh
Leave us
I feel
alone.
like-
No,
We're
we
having
love
a good
you and
time.
appreciate you.
I feel like this Jet Jaguar has come up because this is seeming very familiar now.
I know B has
Probably.
definitely mentioned. I think it was back when B was doing the Godzilla and King Kong Patreon stickers. I think we saw.
Oh
Jet
god,
Jaguar.
That
might
sounds
be,
like
that
me,
might
yeah.
be it. Yeah.
I haven't even taken the time to watch Singular Point yet, honestly. And I was so excited because they had everybody. They had freaking Ebira in there.
I don't even
I'm
know
excited
who Emerald
to-
is.
I am.
It's a shrimp. It's just a big
Oh, Bill
shrimp.
I was
Shrimp?
gonna say that does just sound like a.
I am so excited to eventually get to Single Point too.
That boy just is just a big fucking shrimp. Look at that.
He's
Little
just
big-ass
he
shrimp.
is just a big shrimp, and he plays volleyball with Godzilla, and it's great.
Oh yeah,
I am.
I remember that fucking gif. Fucking throws a rock at him, and Godzilla's like, "No, you, fuck you." Love it, bro.
That was back when Godzilla's signature move was kicking rocks.
Yeah, was throw rock.
Yeah.
God, they really are just playing volleyball. We got
We are not at all talking about Kamen
Not
Rider. I
even
apologize.
No,
remotely.
we're talking about Tokusatsu. It's one step removed. Boom.
You're right. It's
Yeah, it's-
tangentially related.
Yeah.
It is at least closer than our usual tangents. At least we're not talking about fucking Les Mis again.
That was
God,
we did.
fun, though.
I
don't
still
get me
don't
to be started about it.
Don't get me started.
There,
All right,
out
so-
in the
so-
darkness.
So what I want to happen is to one day watch Les Mis with both you and B, and just let you go off.
That does
Oh, hell
sound really
yes.
fun.
A fugitive running.
Yeah.
He's running from God.
No,
He's
I
fallen
was
from
I was
grace.
yelling at you. If
Oh.
you're gonna go for it, please go for it. I'll lay out for this.
Oh, I had a weak start. I probably shouldn't.
All right. You're
Yeah,
welcome for
be
giving you an
ashamed.
out.
Bear
by the way.
conger.
Yeah, Bear Conger.
Bear
I was
Conger.
like-
Hey.
Hey,
I was
yo,
just gonna
I'm a
say, like,
fucking
oh, what
bear in the
kaiju is
Congo.
that?
Bear Conger. He's got. I guess. Do we want to? Let's get the rundown of what this guy looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
Cool.
kind of started ripping into his appearance already, so we might as well just go for it now.
He really does look a lot like Gigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I
we'll
just
get
realized
specific.
What this dude looks like.
What does he look
What?
like?
He looks like Moltar.
Fuck!
Oh.
Yes!
With a monster face.
He looks like
With-
Moltar with a monster face and shoulder spikes.
For a monster mouth.
Oh my god, you're
Son
so
of
right.
a
He
bitch!
is the horrible love-hate child between Gigan and Moltar.
Yeah.
That's a perfect description, I think. Oh, he's kind of got the Frieza head too.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Little
The
bit.
like
coloration.
He
Specifically.
has that. Yeah, he has that divot, that colored divot
Yeah,
at the top.
he's got the colored diamond that people are gonna rip out. Shouts out to that one rapper whose name I can't remember right now.
I literally just edited an episode of our streams where we
Mhm.
reference this exact fucking thing.
Did you guys mention his name? Do you remember his name?
I forgot what his name was.
I cannot.
I forgot which guy this was because it keeps coming up.
I don't know what's
I think
funnier.
someone finally took it, right? And
Yes,
they
someone
robbed
stole it. Someone
Because I
stole it.
We were talking about it at the time. Actually, by the time people hear this, that episode will probably be out. So we were talking about it at the time. He got it initially, and
Mhm.
how everybody was posting memes just with that gif of Thanos.
Yep.
Just plucking the gem out of his forehead.
Yeah, and that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Someone fucking finessed this dude's Infinity Stone. And I just, like... I'm truly not sure what's funnier to me, because, like, the memes about it happening are great, sure, but the fact that that is actually what happened,
Stole it right out of his damn head.
pulled it right out. Just plucked it like a grape. Good lord. But yeah, I truly snakes.
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 This
Shakes.
is a Lil Uzi Vert, by the way.
Lil Uzi Vert, of course it was Lil Uzi Vert. Yeah, Shakes just kind of nail on the head of it there.
Yeah.
Think about a spiky Boltar, and that is what Bear Conger looks like.
Yeah, okay. So he's got the Moltar helmet head with the visor. Like, this
Yep.
guy's just got a visor for eyes. He's got the funky little monster mouth, like, kind of like big lips with fangs.
Yeah.
He has spiked shoulders. He has red armor plating on his torso.
Looks like an 8-pack or whatever.
Yeah, he's shredded.
Fucking
Um,
yuck.
I heard Bear Conger had an 8-pack.
Yeah, I heard that Bear Conger was shredded.
He has spikes on his shoulders, a clawed hand, and then one hand that is just like a spike at the end.
Yeah.
And then shocker belt.
Yep.
Everything that's not red is black. I
Yeah.
love this design, honestly.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
real
love Bear
solid.
Conger.
Bear Conger looks dope.
He's so non-specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue what he is supposed to be, but I enjoy him.
Honestly,
I don't think they did either.
I feel
because
like
he
this
just
is a
claws
common
people.
thread between these two episodes, because fucking Seal Oiler, what the shit is that?
Oh, we will get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to
will.
it, but like, what holy...
Oof.
That looks like it was initially planned to be at least something entirely different.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll get into it.
We will get into that.
Whether we like it or not. Yeah? Yeah, Gopher? Issues with that wording, or...
Perhaps
We
I should
definitely-
keep silent.
You don't want to get in seal oil? You don't want to lather yourself up?
Ugh.
Oh,
Take a dip?
So we described the monster ahead of actually starting the description
Yeah.
of the episode.
Let's not
for
describe the
record.
episode.
Okay.
But
Next
before
episode.
Okay.
before we do that, I just real quick I do want to say I think this is the most we have ever actually described a monster. So it'll be interesting if Pio decides to try and draw this one.
I wanted to be thorough this time.
That's fair. I mean, it's a good suit, like you said. Bear Conker's got a good look to him. Certainly better than Seal Oiler. Anyway,
we should give Seal Oiler it never feels good saying it. His name.
No. No.
We should give him the same quote unquote dignity.
That's fair.
And do our best to describe him. If only.
Yeah, okay.
But because he's just on the opposite end of the spectrum of just being so bad.
Yeah, truly the S's for Sucks Dragon of Kamen Rider.
Yeah, a little bit.
But let's get into this episode, which, while not quite the S's of Sucks Dragon of Kamen Rider episodes, is, I don't know, probably about Wormdingler level? That fair?
I don't even remember Wormdingler.
Well, I don't think it's quite as bad as I don't remember, so maybe we can give it Consonant V Dragon.
Which Kamen Rider episode is the one with Kiaru shading?
Chameleon Man?
Probably.
It's either Chameleon Man or the episode where Hongo comes back. It's gotta be one of those two. Anyway, episode 46. The episode opens on the Moto Club gang on a ski vacation as we see Taki and Hayato skiing down the mountain and talking about the trip. We see Goro talking with the girls and Tachibana, and he tries to show off his skill, but he falls and loses a ski. Oh no.
Pizza French fries.
Pizza French fries.
Yeah, we all started chanting that at Goro as he was struggling
wobbled.
down the hill.
Yeah,
Yes.
Everybody is just falling on their asses. Like, this
Yeah,
whole
really.
crew cannot ski. But
It's like a
Hayato
fucking
and
Buster
Taki
Keaton bit.
are lined up in sync together
Mhm.
and posing together as they watch everybody fall down.
It's
Huge
And laughing.
yeah, and laughing.
Very
Just
good.
completely catty.
They're such a petty power couple.
just the gayest they've been in a long time.
They
It
just,
really
they
is.
enjoy the suffering of women very much.
Yeah. This is Hayato getting his comeuppance after last episode where he had to pretend to take pictures of him.
It's true.
Oh,
They're like,
the episode also opens up on this like really festive music.
Yeah.
Spanish
My
guitar?
first- Right, like my first note reads "Hey, fiesta."
Yeah,
I thought it was a mandolin personally. That's what I wrote it as.
I don't know, but it was very festive
It was
music.
great. I was
It's-
hitting it.
It's an instrument that I don't think we've heard in Kamen Rider before, so
No, for sure we don't.
pretty neat.
Yeah, it was really good.
There's also a really good shot of them, I guess, as they were parked and looking, it really looked like Hayato was just leaning his head on Taki's shoulder.
It was
Aw.
cute.
I know it was the angle, and I think he was just losing his footing a little, but like,
I'll
it
take
really just was the bow on everything.
I like that Kamen Rider is gay, don't y'all?
Yes.
I just wanted to get that out there.
Can-
Wish he didn't
Can
hate
you-
some women so much.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah.
Sorry about it, Shakes.
It's all right.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Not every Kamen Rider hates
He's
women.
he's not my type.
That's fair.
You're not his type, so
Yeah.
There you go. Mutually works out.
I'll fight him to the death. Cyborg
would he
meme.
hit a woman? Maybe. I don't
he would
know.
I
absolutely
think
hit
he
a woman.
has and
He
will.
killed Bee Woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
was Hongo.
Hongo did. Hongo also did knee that woman to
Oh,
death.
Hongo did kill Bee Woman.
In the
Hongo
bad
did
episode.
just knee a lady to
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
Came
Hongo.
at him and he was like, "Nope."
I need
That
you to
really
do
is
something that
established.
Hongo wouldn't need to death.
Children, maybe.
In theory.
No.
Mm,
Dogs.
yeah, there it is. That's fair.
Maybe.
No, because his only interaction with dogs has been him finding random puppies that probably belong to someone and taking them.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
true.
I guess it's true. He's never hurt a dog, but he has hurt a child with his cyborg freak
He
hands.
Yeah.
certainly has.
Also,
Look,
that's a child. So, like, whatever.
all I'm saying is if Hongo was our Kamen Rider for the Centipede Man brainwashing episode, I think we wouldn't have a Garo anymore.
God.
We'd just fucking annihilated these children. Put them in like Star Wars Episode 3.
Jesus.
It slaughtered all of them. Even the younglings. Anyway.
Then he goes to Snack Amiga and just has a bite like nothing happened.
Yep. Girl talking with girls tries to show off his skill, but he falls down and he loses his ski. He goes to look for it, and the others follow when they run into a strange man who lets them know the ski went off into the underbrush. Goro is about to get it when a boy arrives and says not to go that way, as people have been falling into a nearby ravine. The boy locates the ski and brings it back, introducing himself as Tadashi Mikawa. They thank the boy, and he asks to be their friends, when his father arrives and takes him home. The strange old man who was watching reveals himself to be Bear Conga, a shocker cyborg. Now let's talk about it. That's a good chunk of episode to just talk about pop music.
Just talking about pop music.
Pop music.
Talking about. Shocker really stepping up the Scooby-Doo shit. This
Yeah.
episode.
Truly.
Yeah.
With old man that just goes,
Yes.
stay away
Old
from the
mountain man.
mountains. You damn kids.
Whoa.
Which in fact is just, which is when you pull off the rubber mask, he has a bigger rubber mask underneath because
Yeah.
he's Bear Conker.
Old man Bear Conger.
I never would have guessed.
I
would have gotten away with it. It wasn't for you meddling kids.
Bear Conger, do you need a lozenge? Are you alright?
No, I'm not alright.
Oh my god, do you want to sit down?
Daddy had to... Don't give me this pity.
Sounds like fucking Dr. Death was under that mask.
Our
Damn,
enemies
Need
fight.
some water?
Damn. Yo, Bear Conger, you good?
I just
All
need
right.
some good tasty G Fuel to
Yeah.
energize me.
Not again.
Really pushing for that sponsorship, huh?
G Fuel on, what's your poison?
Yeah.
You know, I'm so much of a gamer myself, so I'll take some Phase X.
No, I'm into that beauty pie. I'm a
Yeah,
fascist,
you would be,
see.
you fascist fucking dick. I'll fucking kill you, Bear Conger, right on king!
I've no G Fuel, I'm dead.
And that was
Oh, good.
That was the full episode. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
We did it,
Weird
thank
that-
you. I
weird
hope
that
you
they
enjoyed this
referenced
quick ad
fucking
read.
G Fuel
Well,
before
I mean,
it ever
that's-
existed.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't know, but Kamen Rider actually said G Fuel first, which was code for "Give me the world fuel,"
Ah.
and then G Fuel, as it is now, repurposed it into being gamer fuel.
I see.
Thank you for doing something at least slightly less destructive for the world.
Go for
Yeah.
when you are running with a bit.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that clip from Wallace and Gromit where
Oh,
Gromit's on the train and
On the
putting
train.
tracks down in front of it. Just
That's-
rapidly putting tracks down to make sure the train keeps going.
Truly the most free form of improv.
Well, see, it makes sense that the bit reminds you of that, because that's just how I live my life.
Yeah.
I'm in a perpetual state of doing that all the time.
A million miles a minute and just barely hanging on, but you know,
Exactly.
Run out of tracks.
Oh, let's hope not.
that's what friends are for. Is there anything else that we want to say about this particular bit of the episode?
Uh,
I have a thing
Okay.
I want to say. I'm just gonna bring it up because I
Yeah.
wrote it in my notes. Fucking. I feel like there isn't a way to say this that doesn't seem at least a little bit racist, but I'm saying it anyway because it was just my legitimate knee-jerk reaction watching the episode. Goro looks like a snowboard kid, and I love it. I saw him and I was like, fuck yeah, snowboard kids. Fuck yeah, I love the Nintendo 64. Love this shit. I was like, Goro and Tachibana both, they look like they would just fit right in that cast. And I'm like, hell yeah, I love that game. Y'all, if you haven't played Snowboard Kids, go play Snowboard Kids. It's fucking
Snowboard
fun.
Kids is good. I rented both of them. I didn't play them very thoroughly, but it was a really cool game.
You know, it's funny, I also rented Snowboard Kids for a very long time until, you know, the rental place closed down, and then years later I started making my own money, so I just went and I bought an old copy of it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Now I get to play Snowboard Kids whenever I want.
The only time I did that
Nice.
was for Pokemon Snap, and then I beat it in an afternoon, and I was like, oh, crap.
See, I was
Now
lucky.
my money's gone.
We never had to rent Pokemon Snap because it was given to my older brother as, I want to say, a birthday gift. So we just we got it when it came out, and we were like, fuck yeah, taking pictures of Pokemon. And you know
it's
what?
Fun. I just thought I had more that I needed to do.
Oh,
I
but you
just
didn't.
started fresh and 100%ed it in the same day. And I was
Oh,
just like,
no.
oh,
Whoops. Oops.
I thought there was more.
Oh, oops.
Relatable.
Because I had played it in bits and pieces before. It
Right.
Never, like, fully went front to back.
Yeah, you go front to back on that game, and then you kind of suddenly realize, oh, there's not a lot of game here.
Yeah, I was done before dinner.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, whoops, I fucked up.
I'll
I guess
figure something else out to do.
Guess
with
I'll
my
go
life.
play Mario Kart again.
Snowboard Kid Goro is good.
Yeah.
Shocker's plan being accelerated global warming.
We hadn't gotten there yet, but yes,
did
that
we
is
not?
also
I'm
no,
sorry.
not
No.
just yet. We're about to get there, I think.
Because my notes might be a little mixed up because I
Yeah.
know Bear Conger arrives shortly after that.
Yeah, we're about to go to the hotel, so we are right before the Prestige, as it were. Which it sounds like we don't have too much else to say about this particular chunk of episode, so it sounds like we can just get right on to it, huh?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
All right. So continuing with the synopsis, back at the hotel, Emmy is doing fortune telling with her cards and draws the Ace of Spades, a grim portent. The Ace of Spades. It's all the same to me. Careful now, you're gonna summon Triple H. He's just gonna show up to your house. Time to play the game.
Time to play the game. Oh.
Oh no.
Rest in pieces, Lemmy.
Yeah. Like your voice always did.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, that was someone outside.
I was gonna say something nicer about Lemmy in regards to his passing, but I'm pretty sure he was kind of fash, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about.
I
Lemmy.
like
have
his
no idea
fucked
if he
up
was
voice.
great. Yeah, Lemmy, you did metal
You
good.
like those iron crosses maybe a little too much.
Probably. Anyway, at the boys' home, we see his father sneak out, but unknown to him, he is followed by his son.
Man.
At Shocker's base, we learn of their plan to use bombs with superheating capabilities made by Dr. Mikawa to melt the snow on the mountain and flood the valley. Dr. Mikawa arrives, and Shocker threatens his son, showing how they will kill him by having Bear Conger kill a prisoner. As he is leaving, Dr. Mikawa sees his son's button on the floor.
Okay, I don't know how I got these events mixed up in my brain. That's how I got ahead of myself somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes. Ace of Spades jokes aside, the dude's dad, we should talk about him. He looks
I was gonna
like,
say, and how he looks like a Star Trek extra.
how he looks specifically like Japanese Walt Disney dressed as a Star Trek extra.
Bit. Yeah,
A
I
little
noticed
bit,
the Walt Disney thing too.
It's
Yeah, the mustache, the hair,
the whole nine. Like, it's weird. It's weird.
the sweater.
It's a look.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a choice. Chase your bliss, dog. If that's how you want to live your life, who am I to say no? But
Disney might have been similar age to him at the airing of this episode.
it's entirely possible. I don't
That's
think
fucked up to think about.
Japanese Disney World wasn't open at this point, was it?
I
Trying to
don't
think back to
know.
old fucking
Actually,
Defunct
hold on.
Land episodes I've watched. Because there's actually one. There's one specifically. Hey, hi everybody! It's time for the part where the podcast takes a tangent to recommend you another podcast or show to watch. Go watch Defunct Land. It's fucking cool. It's really interesting. Anyway,
Good series. Man, you know what is fucked up to think about?
tell me.
Walt Disney died 5 years before this series started.
Did he really?
What, really?
Yeah, he
I
died in
didn't-
the 60s.
Did he?
Wow.
Wow.
didn't know
okay, I did not realize he died that early.
How
He
old
died
was
young,
he when he
but he-
died?
He would have been about 65.
Huh.
He was born in 1901.
Oh. Fuck, I
He was
didn't
old.
know.
Dude would have been 70 and
Wow.
when Kamen Rider started, so, like...
Okay, never mind.
Okay, wow.
I'm
My
sorry.
favorite reference was quite off.
Yeah,
But still,
man's old.
he does kind of look like a Japanese Walt Disney.
Yeah.
I do see it.
Reincarnated.
Yeah, reincarnated
This
as
is
a
what
Japanese
actually
man.
happened to Walt Disney.
As a middle-aged Japanese man with a stronger jawline,
Damn. Get called out, Walt.
cheekbones
Weak
too.
ass bitch.
Weak ass chin.
This is all your fault, Walt.
Yeah, fuck you, Walt, and your weak chin.
Everything.
Well, it's
The media.
he got a
landscape is
stronger
your-
bone structure as a result of the cryostasis.
Fucking James Ellsworth looking ass bitch. Yeah, that's a joke for me and Shakes.
No fucking chin. But he's
No
got two
chin.
hands and a fighting chance.
Yeah, he sure does. And the woman's title. Because he earned it.
So
Ugh.
basically, their plan is global warming,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Their plan is global warming, but faster.
but faster with bombs.
Yeah, the oil companies ain't working fast enough, so Shocker's
Yeah.
got to step it up.
Yes.
It is funny because we made, Chicks made that joke during the like actual viewing of the episode, and then immediately after, I think Dr. Death goes, the plan is not proceeding fast enough.
They're in on it.
Yeah, they're in on the bit. I do want to point out this murder.
Yeah, that was
'cause
Yes.
It was very traditional. And I know that sounds weird. So what I mean by that is they bring in this dude in his all black PJs. He gets stood in front of Bear Conger. Bear Conger advances on him, so he backs into a pole and therefore has nowhere to go. And then Bear Conger kind of just like tri-claws him in the face. And then he pulls out the tri-claw. And there are like holes in the dude's face, and you can see blood dripping out of him. And then he fucking dies.
It's beautiful in its
It
simplicity.
really is. I
Yeah,
commented
just-
it was like a fucking a kill in an old kung fu movie. It was just like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put my hand in your shit and then take it out and you'll die.
Just one of his fucking finger claws just punctured the dude's forehead.
Gotta love it.
Dead.
It was great.
instantly.
It was-
just.
I feel so bad
It's rough.
because this guy had no previous appearances in this episode. Like they literally just brought this poor civilian out of like a back room and just said, "Okay, so we'll do this to your son if you don't obey us." And they just had this guy to make an example of, I guess.
These are example stuff.
I mean, that's very in character for Shocker.
I know, but it's poor guy.
Hey, you know what?
Imagine getting kidnapped simply for the purpose of, being made an example of, not because you did anything, but because they can't kill the person they want to make a point to.
I feel like that's like half the people in Saw.
Also, he got better than the bunny at
Yeah,
least.
a little bit.
He did get better than the bunny in the next episode, that's for sure.
No, the bunny.
We
The
will.
bunny is next episode.
We will get to that poor bunny, though.
Poor ribbits.
Our third appearance.
Anyhow, I guess we should bring up, because I didn't put it in the actual synopsis, but there is a scene at the very, very end where after Dr. Mikawa finds his son's button, he goes back and kind of acknowledges that his son was following him. It's just a real... I mean, there are like no lines that are spoken, is the thing. Like, the dad shows up and wakes up the son, and the son is like, "Papa," and he hugs him, and then we cut to the next scene. The next day, Tadashi apologizes and says he can't be friends with the Moto Club crew. Aww. Hayato asks why, and he says they'll kill him if he stays friends and runs off. At
What?
Shocker's... Yeah?
Yeah, just everybody expecting a normal reaction from an overprotective father or something goes, huh? The hell you say?
Who's gonna kill what now, kid? Hey, hold on. Wait, maybe you shouldn't be running from us.
Like, whoa. Come here.
At Shaka's base, a watching Dr. Death orders Bear Conger to go after the boy when his father arrives and tries to stop him. When the boy gets home, Bear Conger is waiting for him, so he attempts to run, but is attacked by Shocker. Luckily, he is rescued by Taki and Hayato. While fighting Bear Conger, Hayato is stabbed in the arm and injured. After the fight,
Oh no.
this actually leads more into the rest of the episode, so we'll just go ahead and go everything leading up to the fight and the fight. So, yeah, this kid starts off this bit by saying some fucking wild shit. Which leads to...
At least he's honest.
Yeah, at least he's honest. Which leads to another shot of Dr. Death at the Rainbow Computer. we get a couple of shots of Dr. Death at the Rainbow Computer. There are some good ones this episode, but there are even better ones in the next episode.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, to the point where I actually have 2 different notes about it, but we'll get into that.
Good.
Oh, right. I forgot I put this note. I noticed... I just put a note around the time the fight scene was starting that say he own name like Pokemon. Because I noticed that's more or less the noise Bear Conger makes. He's just kind of constantly going, bear, Conger.
I didn't even... I just kept thinking...
Right on. Conger,
I just kept
Bear
thinking
Conger.
that, who did the meeting of the beers?
The meaning
Does
of
anybody remember that?
I can't say I do.
Hold on. Some streamer or whatever has this really stupid GTA 4 video where they modded it to have all the fat biker dudes gathered in a room.
Oh, amazing.
This is the meeting of the beers. This is everyone beep.
Oh, outstanding.
Incredible.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Also fair inspiration for the Bear Conger sound. I also appreciated Shakes' joke that she made while watching the episode of that's the same noise I make whenever someone asks me to do something.
Yeah.
Go take out the garbage.
So that's the worst thing.
Yeah, don't forget to turn on the lights when you leave.
That's the worst thing about living by yourself is you don't have anybody to make that noise at. You gotta make it at yourself. You gotta be like, all right, go fucking take out the trash, you dick. You know it needs to go out.
Yeah.
See, I wanted to say this when I was initially talking about it now, and because I thought, no, that's too easy. But no, it was just Germa. This is just an old Germa video.
I mean, at this point, you'd probably throw a dart at the board and guess.
It's spelled Byeah.
Yeah.
Just look up meeting of the Bias.
Bias.
It's a classic. 7 years old now. Jesus.
Ooh. That is a classic at this point, especially by internet standards. Video's ancient.
Early Germa is wild because he's just always been like that, but he just wasn't as big back then.
I have never. I at some point need to watch a Germa anything, because I don't think I've ever watched even any of his early videos. I've certainly never watched any of his current stuff. But this dude, I'm constantly seeing this dude.
Same. I've only ever seen little clips.
And people keep constantly making wild ass memes about him. Like that time they found the Zodiac Killer. And then people were like, they did it. They found the Zodiac Killer, and they posted his picture. Because that's just a thing people do about Germa now. It's weird. I hope Germa's not getting, incriminated in any weird shit because of dumbass internet memes.
No, apparently they found the real Zodiac Killer.
Well,
no, I know, that's the thing.
What?
Well,
Oh,
no,
okay.
somebody claimed to.
Well, somebody
And
okay.
then a
I
bunch of
never,
people were like,
I never got
"No."
the opportunity to look into it. I thought it was legitimate, and it just turned out to be some guy who had died a couple of years ago.
Yeah, no, it was just some
Oh, was it?
podcasts that made a
Oh,
very
man.
outlandish claim, like,
Boo.
"Oh, the evidence all is there." It's just like, no.
Ted Cruz
Like,
still lives.
yeah, Ted Cruz still lives and walks among us. We've seen it.
Among
Yo, he
us.
walks away. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Twerking Among Us gif.
My life restrains.
I have very few notes for this scene. My first note simply reads, "Ah," in quotation marks, because that is the noise that Tadashi makes when he comes home and he notices Bear Conger is in the room and Bear Conger rushes him, and he's like, "Ah."
Tadashi is a very middling child actor as far as the
Yeah.
scale, where the scale is Crying Kid from Saracenian episode
Mhm.
and Goro
Yeah.
at the end.
He is definitely in the
This
middle.
kid's in the middle.
He's not bad.
He's cute. He's
especially
got
given
personality, but he's not.
he's
really
super
good actor.
cute, but he looks very young.
Yeah.
Like he looks like 6 or 7.
Yeah, for sure.
Very tiny child. My other note reads, "They drew blood!" Double exclamation points, because I guess we hadn't really had a confirmation that our resident cyborg freaks Hayato and Hongo bleed until now.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is a fair point.
I also had the note that just says we brought blood back because it's
Twice
been
now.
a while since anything has bled in this show.
Bleed my own
Yeah,
blood.
you're right.
Did anyone else have notes they wanted to cover?
Oh, I don't know if Shakes wrote anything down about it, but there were a couple things that happened during this fight scene that Shakes remarked on.
Yeah, we should talk about the fight
I
scene.
think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Shakes,
kept
would you like to?
Oh, well, this fight scene consists of a lot of real romantic little rolls in the snow.
Yeah.
they hold each other very close and they
Mhm.
roll down the hill, and it's very precious.
Yeah.
I think he
It's
does it
beautiful.
pre-transformation. That's what leads to him getting cut up, and then
Yep. There is one
and then he transforms,
pre-transformation.
and they do it one more time after he chucks him.
Yeah. There was that shocker mook with
It's-
the attempted spear on Taki.
Oh, yes.
Dude
Just
just fucking
sidesteps him.
yeets himself.
Right into the post.
Oh no, his shoulder.
Yeah, that's gonna fuck you up. Speaking of wrestling references, Kamen Rider selling the arm.
Yeah, that was. I did make a note about there being consistency on the injury. It was just cool to see, like, Hongo gets stabbed in the arm and he's like holding it. He's like, "Ow, my arm hurt," and then he like does a struggled transformation pose. And then after he transforms into Kamen Rider, like, he'll do moves and stuff like normal, but he'll still like hold the arm every now and again in like neutral poses and like standoffs and stuff. And it was real neat to see them like stay consistent with that instead of just being like, "All right, well, you fucking turned into a cyborg, so you're fine now. Don't worry about it. Just do the choreography."
Yeah, it was nice. Oh, other nice thing about this battle, I don't know, I just found it amusing. All the times they threw mooks down hills in the snow.
Yeah, they throw like 3 or 4 mooks down the rolling around at the speed of snow.
It looks like they're just having a good time, and that makes me
It
happy.
does look like fun.
Unrestrained winter fun. I
Yeah.
wish I could have some.
Yeah, it'd be nice. And maybe I should have enjoyed my time in the snow while I could. Yeah, I was just kind of mentally preoccupied because I didn't have any fucking power.
Yeah, I think you were focusing on not dying.
A little
I
bit.
can't blame you.
just a might touch. I was also focusing on, like, how the fuck am I supposed to go to work? And how the hell am I supposed to do my podcast? Because
Great questions.
that was like right after we had put out an episode, wasn't it, when that happened to be?
I think
Or it was like the week leading up to us doing an episode.
that week is a blur.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, what did I do? I remember what I did. I slept a lot. because there wasn't anything else to do because we had no power.
If memory serves, it was the week before podcast.
I definitely remember it going into the week of podcast, because I remember I don't think we got power back for the first time like the Wednesday before we were about to record. Because I remember talking to you guys about it and being like, I hope this keeps. I hope this stays for the next couple of days. If it doesn't, I'm just SOL, but we'll see what happens.
Well, thank goodness that isn't a problem at the moment, and hopefully will not be a problem
Here's
again.
hoping. Like, geez, that was rough. But I don't think we're missing anything too big from this fight scene, are we? I think we covered everything just about.
Oh, the last thing.
Please.
It's funny whenever it happens, which is surprisingly frequently, which is during the middle of the episode fight right before the ad break, which is exactly what this is. Kamen Rider's having his first fight with the big bad, and then at a certain point the big bad just says, "I'll get you next time," and literally sprints off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then da-da-da.
I have a note about it that just says, "Fuck you, I'm leaving."
Yeah, it's great. I don't know. I love it. Every time it happens, it's so funny.
I don't know. I don't understand why. They just have the bad guy be like, I'm leaving now for reasons known only to myself.
It's extra funny in this case, just because it was like, this is one of the few times in a fight where the villain has just had such a clear advantage over him. Like, wounded Kamen Rider, he's getting exhausted more and more that he fights, and then he just takes a throw at some point, and he just goes, "I'm bye.
Yeah, fuck you.
See ya. I'm out of here."
I especially like it because it leads into like the very next part of the thing, I think. Yeah. So here's the thing. This shit keeps happening, and then this next shit keeps happening. After the fight at Shocker's base, Bear Conger is berated for failing, and he swears on his life he will not fail again.
Oh, my note reads, Bear Conger scolded by Krusty Grandpa for this scene.
Yeah. I guess I should at least specify that in this instance, he is scolded for not killing the boy. And he says that like he is given the new objective of dealing with Hayato. And he's like, I swear on my life I won't fail. But like, yeah, that shit keeps happening. Like, bad guys keep just like leaving fights. And then the next scene after the ad break is Dr. Death being like, "You idiot, you stupid asshole, why didn't you kill Kamen Rider?" And it's like, yeah, why didn't you kill Kamen Rider, dog? Why did you just leave? You fucking run out of battery, my guy? Like, just stay.
Never wanted this life.
I didn't ask for this.
Never asked to be made.
Yeah, no, that's fair. When are we going to get a Shocker cyborg that rebels against his evil creators? Because he never wanted to be a Shocker cyborg.
It's called Kamen Rider.
Damn.
God damn it.
It's the impetus of the show.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway.
To break it to you like this. I was definitely kind of like spacing out on a lot of the last half of this.
Yeah,
of this episode, because I feel like the episode kind of loses a little bit of focus.
The back half of the episode is kind of weak and sort of just accelerates itself into a fight scene very quickly.
Yeah, except for the the way it gets into a fight scene, and the prestige in the hotel, which I guess we should talk about now.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
That's what I remember, and then it's all just kind of a flurry of violence.
So yeah, Bear Conger swears on his life he won't fail again. Meanwhile, Shocker arms the bombs. Back at the hotel, the Moto Club is taking care of Tadashi, and he tells them of Shocker's plan. As they head out to... I did just put they, didn't I? By they, I mean specifically Hayato and Taki, although I suppose you could have guessed that, but the rest of the Moto Club is taking care of the boy. Anyway, As they head out to stop Shocker, Emmy and Mika head in with Snow for the boy when they get the feeling they're being followed. They hurry to their room, but see a stranger in it who tells them they are in the wrong room. They confirm the room is correct when the stranger reveals himself to be Bear Conger. The others hear a scream and go to investigate, but are attacked by Shocker. Hayato and Taki arrive at the boy's home when Dr. Death addresses them, and they see their friends and the boy's father have been kidnapped. Taki is left to tend to the captives while Kamen Rider faces off with Shocker. He finds the bomb and gives it to Taki to disarm while he fights Bear Conger. Taki successfully disarms the bomb and Hayato defeats Bear Conger. After, the group is celebrating by the pool at the hotel with the Mikawas, and they decide to stay on vacation a while longer. Yep.
And then the episode just kind of sort of ends.
The whole fucking sequence in the hotel.
Mm-hmm. The one with Emmy and Mika?
Yeah. It is so silly.
It's very
They have
very
this
good.
funny moment, and I still don't know entirely how to describe it, but there's like that whole part where they're in the hallway.
The Shining
and
bit.
It's sort of,
Yes.
except there's no like actual payoff of like end of the hallway, but
Mhm.
it's relatable. It's like that feeling when you're in a hotel hallway and you're just kind of like, this is fucked up. I don't like being here. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I know a few people relate to
No,
that,
it's-
but that might
yeah.
not be universal. But like, I get that, and they start playing this thing, and I think it's supposed to be some kind of footsteps. It
Oh, yeah,
sounds
the
like
weird
something
plop noise.
slapping.
Yeah.
Slapping towards
Hmm.
them, and I feel like there's something specific I could say here, but it's just not coming to me. It is such a goofy little slap noise.
Those rocks, like the sound rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was just those.
Yeah, the tweak.
We didn't go over Tachibana's little fight scene.
His barely a fight scene. Yeah, no, it's
I feel so bad. My note reads, "Get him, Tachi," and then I wrote no because that didn't go
yeah.
well.
Poor Tachibana kind of jobs out a little bit.
It's getting too old for this.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
He tries to fight off two Shocker Mooks and is despite his best efforts and all the gusto this man can muster for bloodlust, he just can't seal the deal.
He does better than Yuri though. At
That's
least he
true.
gets hits in.
That's even more sad.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Tachibana has fluctuating success, I think.
Yeah.
It's
He's
true.
had his dips and peaks and valleys.
Yeah, it's
This one he got a couple shots in, and then they just bum rushed. They're just like, fuck this. Just got them both.
It brings up a weird thing about the show because this has kind of been going on for a while now, where it sort of feels like the show doesn't really know what to do with Tachibana. And I don't know if that's more recently into the Hayato episodes or if it's kind of been a longer standing thing. But I feel like his role in the show is constantly fluctuating. Like some episodes he's comic relief, and some episodes he's supposed to be like this older mentor type figure, and then some episodes he's all gung-ho Mr. Bloodlust, like he's supposed to be like a Taki type figure. It's really kind of weird. I feel like they had a lot better of a handle on Tachibana's character back in the Hongo episodes, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's like one of those, like,
I agree.
he's in a weird position now because Hayato is our Kamen Rider and Hayato also has Taki, whereas Hongo was kind of by himself, so that's why Tachibana kind of found himself more often filling a Taki-esque role for Hongo. It's just it's kind of weird, and I think it is part of why I like Tachibana as a character, because he has those moments where he can be kind of goofy and kind of fun, and then those moments where he's real serious and like a real important driving force of the plot, and those those moments where he gets to have like really good action scenes, but at the same time I really wish they would kind of like pare down on how they want his character to be, especially because we are now 46 episodes into the show and we seem to still be having issues with it.
Yeah, I definitely agree that I think he had a much more solidified role in the Hongo episodes, and just this expanding cast has made it hard to find a place for him, because he did used to be kind of the talky character, and he also happened to be a mentor figure as well in those same episodes, but he kind of doesn't really have a lot of wiggle room to still be that for Hayato. Not that they couldn't do it, but they don't really seem interested in devoting a lot of screen time to letting him do that.
Yeah, and I do think in hindsight that that's really strange, because I feel like a mentor figure is almost what Hayato could use the most. And I feel like some of the episodes where Hayato kind of develops as a character the most are when they have Tachibana sort of fill that mentor role. I almost feel like it's kind of them toying with the characterization he gets in Kamen Rider Spirits, where, you know, he is not someone who is quite as devoted to the cause right off the bat, but sort of someone who has this life, you know, thrust upon him, where he kind of has to learn how to deal with, like, being a cyborg and having to do this fight now. You know, he doesn't necessarily need the actual physical backup in battle, especially with Taki by his side, but he could certainly use kind of the moral support, the person to, like, kind of help keep him on the right path and keep him fighting for the side of justice, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that would just be really effective characterization for Tachibana, while still allowing him to, you know, you can still allow him to be a goofy, fun guy every now and again. He can still have moments of comedy relief levity. But I don't know. It's just kind of, I think it's extra weird just because Kamen Rider, I feel like as a show has, especially in more recent years, sort of strayed away from having mentor type characters and mentor mentee type relationships. You know, I think Kamen Rider as a show has kind of started to focus more on closer bonds, you know, bonds of like friendship and family and stuff like that, you know, so slightly more close-knit groups of people who are a little bit more like equals per se. And so it's pretty rare, especially in modern stuff, for there to be a mentor type character. But when there is, they're usually very effective, and they usually do a really good job of having that character serve as both an effective mentor and leader role, while also being very effective in a comedy relief role as well. So I guess it's weird to see that DNA in Tachibana, but not see it parsed out this late into the original series, especially when it's starting to feel like they are kind of getting more and more of the quote unquote Kamen Rider formula down pat a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've had multiple sessions of going off on just like how bizarre some of the writing decisions in the show are compared to its legacy.
I don't think we've ever brought it up about Tachibana as much, just because like I think we've always been happy about like Tachibana in every episode, but I think this is just thinking about that bit specifically, it kind of really makes it stand out in stark contrast as to how weird Tachibana has kind of been as of late.
It's definitely a symptom of the same issue. I don't know, like, I think in the end this writing team was just kind of like very seat of their pants, and like any ideas they had probably got derailed early by Hongo's actor needing to be hospitalized, and I don't know, like, and maybe the growing success also just made them scrap like a lot of what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, given the nature of everything else in this show, it just seems pretty consistently inconsistent, I guess.
Yeah, that's very fair.
That they just sort of have Tachibana. They have this character and they don't plan on getting rid of him, so they just sort of figure out what they want to do with him whenever he needs to do something.
Yeah. Kind of just figuring out his character on more of a per episode basis as opposed to having an arc with him of sorts.
Pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah, it's an environment that really feels like they have some ideas that they write down first, and then they figure out how to actually write people saying those ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's, and that, nothing, no major shade on them. It's the 70s. They probably had to make these episodes weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had to get it shot, filmed, and edited by the end of the week, and then put the episode to a network. So
right, yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Like, certainly no shade, and no, like, no hardcore hate on the original writing team for any of that stuff. But it is definitely just kind of like, it's one of those things that when you really put a lens on it, you're like, damn, I kind of wish I was watching a later show where they know how to do this. At least just a little bit. I think really the biggest part of the issue is the fact that they did such a good job at getting us to like the characters first. Because I think it's widely agreed by everyone here at the podcast that Tachibana is one of our favorite characters. He's so likable of an entity, and he's someone who I personally, at least, I just like seeing them every episode, and I like seeing what he gets up to. So it becomes a little more frustrating that he doesn't have consistent character, because it's like I just want him to be good. I just want to watch him every episode and it be good. Why can't I have that? It's almost like when you have a wrestler that you really like, but he's a jobber. It's like, I just want to watch him wrestle and win. Please just let him win.
No. Roman Reigns gonna spear him.
Yeah, well, get him. Turn that boy inside out.
We got this hot new talent named Taki.
He's
the face of the company.
He's gonna be the face of the
He's
company.
gonna build the...
He's gonna build the brand.
It's best for business.
Poor Tachibana out there in the singlet, jobbing.
His trunks and his knee pads, his boots.
Can't wait for the Tachibana heel turn when he gets to actually have a character arc.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that
I'm surprised they haven't turned him properly. Well, I guess they did mind control him every once in a while, but I don't know. Nothing's very thorough. None of the mind control has been very thorough and subtle, which I guess is also just sort of like, well, they ain't writing Shakespeare here.
Yeah.
Writing a weekly children's program.
You sure are. I will say that would be a super interesting arc to see if we got a proper Tachibana gets turned to be a part of Shocker arc.
We gotta save him or kill him.
Oh god, no.
It wouldn't be as good as it could be though, because they'd definitely turn him into a cyborg. So we'd hardly ever actually see Tachibana.
No, I can't. It's not a future I want.
It's not a future I want either, B. Except it kind of is, because it would make for good TV.
Saving it for sweeps.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Other things.
Shanghai by
Other
a
things that make for
snowmobile?
great TV. Before that, when Taki and Hayato first get to Dr. Mikawa's home
Oh, yes!
and find the secret entrance to the secret Shocker
It's super
base
secret, you guys.
because it is branded.
Don't worry about that. It's
They
totally
have
a
the
secret.
Shocker logo. And the Shocker logo
Shocker brand
the
secret
secret-
door.
paneling of the door. And they find it.
It's
And
just
they're like,
covered
"Oh,
up
in
by a
here."
little bit of snow. It's so good.
God. Okay. Anyway.
I wonder where
Oh,
those
yeah,
fascists
yeah.
are hiding. Hey, look at that little fascist statue.
I'm glad you remembered.
Maybe
'Cause
it's
I was
over
thinking
there.
about it earlier, and then I forgot. So I'm glad somebody kept track.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we get into the snowmobile fight. We have a lot of fun with snowmobiles.
The
Yes,
bikes of the
exploding
snow.
snowmobiles.
Yeah. We blow up like 2 snowmobiles. We do.
I wish they really did, but they clearly,
Yeah.
they wheeled them very safely off to a certain point, and then cut, and then added an explosion.
Mm-hmm. But still, the point gets across.
Yeah.
We do the thing where you tie someone to the back of a snowmobile and you drag them through the snow. We do that with our captives.
Except we do that with all of our captives on a single rope, and it's really funny.
It's so funny. Bear Conger just rolling up with all the captives on the line like they're fish. Yeah, I got me a big haul. We gonna feast tonight.
What's up?
Bear Conger.
So good.
Yeah.
Tied up like a string of garlic bulbs.
Really.
It's great.
I hear them sleigh bells ringing.
Let's hear the sleigh bells ringling, jingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you and you and you and you and you and you. And did I get everyone? You too?
Yeah, and you. Get on the line, you little kid.
I'm just picturing you're pointing at each person on the rope.
I was gesturing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other notes.
Please. Please.
Always love the return of the super cyborg ears.
Oh yeah, yeah. We used cyborg
Hayato
ears in both of these
uses those
episodes.
to. Yes, Hayato uses the super cyborg ears to locate the bomb that is currently on countdown, and then he picks it up, and then suddenly Bear Conger appears, right? So you think you know where this is going. Wrong. He gives the bomb to Taki.
He's like, here, disarm
You
these
take care
asshole.
of this.
Taki, skipping ahead just to keep linearly with this train of thought, Taki does manage to defuse the bomb, because I guess that's a skill he has as an FBI
sure.
agent. And I don't know, he makes this face
I don't
when
know what it.
he looks hungry, like he was gonna eat it. Like he finished defusing the bomb and he's holding this like essential piece of this bomb, and he just looks like he's about to like pop it in his mouth like a cherry. I don't know what that face was supposed to be.
The problem I have with that bit is that you are incredibly right, and yes, he definitely looks like he is about to eat that piece of the bomb. And also, at the same time, he definitely looks like he just peed his pants.
Yeah, maybe he did.
It's a weird expression. It's a really weird expression.
So weird. And also, yeah, he probably just peed his pants.
It's cold
I
and
think
he
it
had
was
to defuse
supposed
the
to-
bomb.
Yeah, I probably would
Yeah,
have peed
I think
my
it was
pants.
supposed to be like, they're not wearing a whole lot, frankly, when you
Yeah,
look at them.
really.
These actors aren't wearing like a ton of warm
Probably
clothing.
wasn't that cold.
And I think he was trying to convey an expression of, I was really scared and now I'm
Yeah.
relieved, because that could have been really bad, while it's also frigid outside. But it ends up
It
just
looks
making a
so
really
weird.
weird expression.
I mean, lots of good snowmobile combat. We get a bunch of shots of like Hayato and Taki jumping onto snowmobiles and then like pulling people off or like hitting people off of snowmobiles and stuff. Other than that, I think the only real big standout I can think of is the very end of the fight. Unless anyone else has any got anything else that I'm missing?
Just one last
Please.
thing of Kamen Rider getting lassoed around
Yeah.
the neck when he first finds the bomb. That's what Bear Conger does. He lassos him around the neck and then drags him off with the snowmobile in case he was feeling
It's
left
very
out.
good. It's like, here, you get to go
Very
on sleigh
kind of
ride
him.
next.
Sleigh ride together
You.
with you.
Yeah, and then Hayato, he jumps in the air, he takes off the rope, lands on the back of the thing, chops Bear Conger off of the thing. They fight for a bit, rider kick, and Bear Conger fucking explodes.
The biggest
It
explosion!
just blows up the Alps.
Huge ass. I think it might. Maybe that's what this stock footage looked like. It was not from the same show. I was
it was
wondering
wild.
where
It
they
kind
got
of
that
reminds
explosion
me.
from.
It reminds me of the Squirtle explosion
Yeah,
footage.
it's very similar. Yeah,
Just snowier.
yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
an entire
it's in a
fucking
different
mountain
area, but-
explodes.
Like the same vibe of like, was that like it was a huge explosion? Did you do this for the show or did you get this from somewhere? Like, is this
I'm-
okay?
Like that footage looked so different. Like I mean, yeah, obviously
It
looks
could be
different
like a
because
miniature
it was,
or
yeah, it was probably
something.
like a miniature because it was
I
like
mean,
a stock
almost
explosion.
certainly.
But like, they have a little bit, like usually when they are the ones who make the stock explosion, it looks a little more consistent with the rest of the show because they're using their cameras. This does not look like it was filmed with their cameras.
Right.
Like, I swear they got this stock explosion from someone else and just threw it in.
They very well might have.
That's what it looks like for sure. But it's huge. It's fucking wild. Please go watch this explosion. And then yeah, we get everybody have a fun time by the pool. Gonna have a good time tonight. Gonna have a good
My
time
last
tonight.
note. My last note for the episode reads, "Let's go on a gay adventure, Taki."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is literally what they do. The episode ends just as it started, with Hayato and Taki just skiing alone in sync.
Well, first they trick all the ladies into going to a completely different area and doing a completely
they can
different
have their gay
activity.
adventures.
Yeah.
So they can have a gay adventure together alone.
So they can have some private time to be alone.
Yeah. These incredibly straight men.
Yeah, these two really straight. Don't let the fact that he is currently dressed like Elton John fool you. He is incredibly straight. That's one thing about him you gotta know.
Are we watching the Shame Show?
No, this is a joke to Kamen Rider Saber, wherein there is a period of time in which the protagonist wears an outfit that makes him look exactly like Elton John. Specifically, if you have seen Elton John's "I'm Still Standing" video, think about that outfit. It looks like that one. I saw that shit and I was like, there is no heterosexual explanation for this whatsoever.
Yeah, like, I gotta say, completely sincerely, and I know, to be fair, the cultural norms regarding how men can treat each other in friendships regarding, like, physical touching and stuff is pretty different in Japan than it is here in America. And Americans are infinitely more homophobic about men coming into contact in any literal sense with their
It's really
friends. It's super weird and bad, but, you know, sincerely, it's a little hard to watch the show and not think Hayato's queer. It's really
It's
hard.
very difficult.
I think during the 70s, there was a lot less of that notion. I think
That's fair.
dudes just touching and having a great time, guys being dudes, like homoerotic energies were fucking huge in the 70s. People were doing all kinds of shit together. That was just like,
Yeah. On God, in public? Sure.
Yeah. Guys being dudes.
Guys being dudes.
Just dudes being
Intricate
guys.
rituals.
Yes, Mr.
And
Puffball,
and
no.
even now, I gotta say, intricate rituals to touch other men is just.
Oh, that's a phrase. That's what I'm calling my first
Yeah.
album.
What's the quote? Hold on, sorry, I am quoting something.
If you have the quote, please. Because I feel
Damn, maybe I can't call my first
I
album
feel like
that now.
I definitely am like vaguely familiar with the quote you were talking about, but I definitely don't know it.
I'm trying to remember who the quote is attributed to. You construct intricate rituals which allow you to touch the skin of other men.
Yeah, that is most sports in a nutshell.
It is from an art piece in 1981 done by Barbara Kruger.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Barbara.
It's-
Though also I'm sad because I'll be committing plagiarism if I steal that line from my first album. Maybe?
I mean-
Or I could call it an homage.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's a reference to your work.
It doesn't have to
I mean,
be
no, yeah.
plagiarism. It's just like
Listen, The gays will understand.
Yeah.
I understand completely.
I certainly have a friend group who uses the shorthand intricate rituals for a lot of things.
I believe
Doesn't
that.
even mean for touching skin of the same sex anymore. It's mostly just being very gay.
Yeah.
With each other.
You have intricate rituals
Intricate
for
rituals
being
for
very gay.
being-
The rituals are intricate.
It's true.
And incredibly gay. That's one thing about the rituals you gotta know.
And one thing about Kamen Rider, you
Yeah,
gotta know.
I truly, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I do feel like it is important that I let you guys know that this shit does not stop.
Mm-mm.
The show
Yeah.
basically only gets gayer.
Wow, more
Oh yeah,
gay.
Kamen Rider Saber is one of the gayest Kamen Riders I have ever watched. Like, it is insane the amount, like, it's like Saber and then Build, top 2 gayest Kamen Riders. Without a doubt. It's insane the level of homoerotic energy. It's barely even subtext. It's kind of just text. It's great. I love it.
Delightful. I am excited.
I am excited too.
For sure.
I am also gay.
You will find.
I too am a homosexual.
Yeah.
I too am. Anyway.
Didn't feel like finishing that one, B?
Listen, it's I don't know. Being non-binary is weird in the sense that everything I touch is a little gay, and that makes me happy.
Because every time we touch, I feel the gayness.
I get
I get
the
this
feeling,
feeling.
and every time.
Yeah! Can't you feel my
Yeah.
heart beat fast? I want this to last.
I want
Need
it to
you
last.
by my
Need
side.
you by my side.
Wait,
Hey, Gopher, how
Hey,
you
Gopher, how
doing?
you doing?
where's my
Hi.
kazoo?
Hi. I'm sorry.
Rigga-
I'm sorry.
rigga-goo-goo,
We're
Wartsy.
definitely embarrassing you this episode.
And Rigga-goo-goo Gopher.
Okay.
Rigga-goo-goo.
That's our intricate rituals to apologize to our editors.
Yeah.
That
That being said, I think we've said everything there is to say about this episode, it sounds like. Because we started just singing Cascada.
Yeah, probably.
Well, then we're going to give you, the audience, some time to sing Cascada as we head on over to the ad break. Hello, everybody. We hope you're having a lot of fun with the episode. I know we certainly are. We just wanted to take a quick moment to thank you for enjoying the podcast, if you have been, and letting you know that if you like the people on here and you want to check out more from us, you can all find us on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me, KingFats95th, on Twitter at KingFats95, that's capital K, capital F, or on Twitch at twitch.tv/KingFats95. You can find the magical Will Gopher at Will Gopher on Twitter and on Twitch at twitch.tv/themagicalwillgopher. You can find Action Shakespeare at That Gal in the Hat and on Twitch at twitch.tv/ACTN Shakespeare. And you can find B-Drops at BDropsArt and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BDrops. We also want to remind you that we have a Patreon that's full of all sorts of fun goodies that you can get in on, like behind-the-scenes notes and early episode access. Also, if you are on the $5 or higher tier, you get to get a special shout-out on the podcast, just like our 2 current patrons, Dead Ode and Public Opinion, which, again, we just want to say big ups and thank you to the 2 of them for supporting the podcast. And if you want your name featured here, you can do the same. Just hit us up on our Patreon. The link is both in the Twitter bio for the podcast at First Ride Pod, as well as it should be in the information on every episode. So go ahead and go give us a hand if you feel like we've earned it. Thank you so much, and we hope you continue to enjoy the episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that brief little ad break, and I think we're ready to just get right on into it with our next episode. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, not to totally derail, but I do
No,
have
please.
a fun Kamen Rider related announcement.
Hit me with it.
During the break, I received word that I received a package.
Oh?
Oh yeah.
And my good boy Takeshi Hongo,
Yeah.
in his half-exposed exoskeleton figure,
Hell yeah.
has finally showed up since pre-orders were in May.
Yeah,
Something
or that's
like
when they
that.
ended.
Something like
Oh,
that.
that's good.
Yeah, this thing looks fucking slick. I'm showing off pictures that obviously the listeners cannot see, but by the time you hear this, I will definitely have a set of pictures on our Twitter bio, or whatever, you know. I'll probably whip out the good camera and take some nice ones.
Yeah, please do. Wow,
because
what a dope
this figure is slick. For for what it cost at the time.
Son of a
this
bitch!
thing
I should have got in on
nice.
that
Yeah,
when I had the
same.
chance.
Regret. We'll have to
Kicking
upload the
myself.
pictures to the Twitter.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, by the time you hear this, I don't know if I'll do it as we record it, but I will actually probably go and take nicer pictures. So by the time you hear this, there will be some very nice pictures of Takeshi Hongo bisected and all his cool robot innards are
Yeah.
showed off for the world to see. It's so slick, and I love
It's so slick.
the eye is kind of like jeweled, so you can see through it. The non skeleton eye. The skeleton eye is also cool. Also, his antennas are kind of wiggly.
Oh, nice.
You can bend them.
As well they should be. Very dope. Thank you for sharing that. Legitimately, that's so cool.
Yeah. He will be watching over me as we continue to record.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Very good.
Need to find a better spot for him, but he will sit here for now next to
I have
Daisy.
news if anyone wants to impulse buy.
Oh, more news.
Sure.
They are still $22 on Amazon.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, that's a better deal than I got.
Here's the specific link.
I'll have to,
Is it the
have
same
to keep
dude?
an eye on that. It looks like it.
Oh yeah. Prime, and if you got Prime, it's free shipping.
Ooh.
Now let's see if I can find this
It's,
another place other than Amazon.
That's
Because
that is legitimately cheaper than what I got it for. Which makes me a little sad. But damn, I feel like the quality of this definitely exceeds the price.
That price tag, yeah.
It's not huge, but it's still
No, yeah, it's
really
a little guy, but
It's really detailed and
yeah.
just well made.
Do let us know if you find
There's
it
not,
elsewhere, Gopher. I would love to know.
Any clumsiness.
Yeah.
No worries if you don't, though.
for
Would
a
definitely probably
few
prefer to
dollars
buy it on non-Amazon.
extra is, I believe this is where Shakes bought it.
Big Bad Toy Store
I think so,
does definitely sound like a place you shouldn't trust
Yeah,
just
it
when you
sure
look at the name,
does.
but it
Um,
doesn't look like an unreputable website.
No, it's got.
No, it's independent seller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Also
think
for a
they
very
just,
similar price.
That's
Third party kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
We should probably provide these links when we post those photos on Twitter, maybe, so people know what
Mhm.
the heck
Yeah,
we're talking
or-
about.
Yeah.
We'll throw at least one product link in the
So
description.
here's the
at
link
the
you
very
don't want to
least.
click, which just reads baitme.com.
Baitme.com. Ooh.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Are you sure? I assume that's a fishing bait and tackle store.
Mm-hmm.
Kamen Rider. Do
Kamen
love
Rider.
talking about Kamen Rider.
We sure do. To be fair, this conversation started with Kamen Rider, and it just kind of got away from
Yeah.
us a little bit.
Speaking of bullying,
Well,
the
yeah?
start of this episode.
Yeah,
No, I know. I was just wondering if you
Well,
wanted to...
my first note reads, "Destroy the hostage child," and I'll let you elaborate on what that means as we get into the synopsis.
Yeah, very fair. Let's go do the regular stuff. This is the second episode of the episode. It is Kamen Rider episode 47, The Deadly Ice Devil Totogeiler.
Geiler or Celeolar. There's no eloquent real way to say it. Celeolar.
Yeah, well, this dude's name sucks.
Yeah.
Whatever. Original air date
Sucks about
February
as bad as
19th.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Original air date February 19th, 1972. Homemade synopsis this time again. And let's get into it. The episode opens with Goro and the Rider Girls playing soccer in an empty lot when they accidentally kick the ball into the brush. The owner of the land throws away the ball and tells them to leave when a sudden cold arrives and freezes the man in place. And we see the shocker cyborg, Sealoiler, kidnap the frozen man. Hayato shows up, and the group tells him what happens. So,
This is such a weird opening.
yeah, when I remember being perplexed by this scene when I first watched it, and being like, it's fine. I'm gonna have to watch the episode again to do the synopsis, you know? I'll just make sure I read all the lines this time. Then I'll get it. They didn't explain shit. They didn't explain a fucking thing. They didn't explain anything.
These are adult women, and they really look like they're holding Goro captive.
They literally drag him back to keep playing with them.
Let him play with some kids. He has so many friends.
Here is the thing I don't understand. So these girls are playing soccer, right? Girl like kicks the ball in, and they're passing the ball amongst each other. They're playing soccer, and like 3 passes in, Goro, seemingly apropos of nothing, turns around, sits on the ground pouting, and says, I can't take this. I can't watch this anymore. That's specifically what he says. I can't watch this anymore. I quit.
They're fucking scrubs. Goro's trying to train them to go to nationals in the soccer
Maybe.
team.
The only explanation.
And they just aren't cutting it, and he can't take it anymore.
There's truly no fucking explanation for this weird characterization of Goro. Stop trying to make Goro not Goro anymore. He's a
There's
good
only
boy.
one thing I could
Stop
think,
it.
and like I don't know how well it's portrayed in this scene specifically, but the only thing I could think, and it's pretty cynical, but it's very possible, is this concept that girl can't play sport. Boy can't stand watch girl no able to play sport.
Goro's not
I'd like to
that.
think,
Stop
listen,
it.
I agree, but like I don't really have any better explanation as to what I think was intended to be done with this scene. I like Shakes' answer
That's
infinitely
fair.
better, but like he clearly doesn't want to be here, and he just doesn't like participating with them, and that is my best
But
assumption.
he is
He
forced
is
to.
literally picked up and dragged back, and they throw him down on his butt.
Yeah, he breaks his
He
tailbone.
breaks his poor tailbone, and then the entrance of this crotchety old man is wonderful. So
Dude looks like a fucking ball himself.
they kick the ball, and it lands in the bushes. And this old man emerges from those same bushes and says,
Because
he was just chilling in the bushes watching them, waiting for the golden opportunity to scold them. And he said, hey, who gives you permission to play here? And they were like, sorry, our ball just went over to your bush home, I guess. Can we have it back? And he was like, no one's allowed to play in my bushes. Get out of here. And he throws the bushes in the woods.
This was my property.
Or he throws the ball in the woods. That would be impressive. He just uprooted his bush home and threw it into the woods.
Fuck you!
It's
I'm moving.
It's delightful. And after he does that, the girls are like, "Oh man, what a mean jerk!" And suddenly they notice snow is falling. And
cold.
Okay, so this is where I thought the crotchety old man would turn out to be a shocker cyborg, and I think I wasn't alone in this.
That would make sense.
So after they notice that it's snowing, the camera pans back to the old man standing there by himself,
And he's dead.
He's like now just in a blizzard. He's just in a blizzard by himself. He's frozen. And we thought, is this his transformation sequence? And then no, freaking Celiolurler is over there casting his like Yuki no Jutsu off camera onto the old man. He's appeared out of nowhere, with no fanfare whatsoever, and then he just walks on screen and grabs the old man and walks away.
Yep.
It's like cinematic poetry.
It's incredible.
He threw away the ball, and then he got taken away.
Yeah.
like he was some cherry
It's
ball.
so good.
The opposite direction.
Simone
too.
Gongography.
Yeah, it's so
Makes you
good.
think.
Really, really beautiful parallels there. Only
So he's here now. Oh, go ahead.
one
Go
last
ahead,
thing
B.
that I just
And
found
then-
amusing for, I don't know. Like, I know he's an old crotchety jerk, but still, when Hayato shows up and he's like, "Oh, heck, what happened, ladies?" They were like, "Oh my god, it's so cold! Oh, and there's a cyborg!" And none of them bothered to say, this old man got frozen and abducted and it was horrible.
Yeah.
They took him away.
They just don't give
Hey,
a
fuck that guy.
I
shit.
mean, he was a jerk, but that doesn't mean he deserves to be murdered or kidnapped.
That's absolutely
I
what it
don't
means.
think so. I mean, I don't know. Is my moral prerogative just different?
If you're rude to anyone ever, fuck
No!
you.
Anyway.
No, you're right. Like, just because you're fucking like, it is insanely wild that they don't mention like, hey, we just watched some guy get murdered, and instead Hayato shows up and they're all like, Hayato, I'm cold. It's cold.
I think they're used to it at this point.
You're probably right, but
Yeah, it's
I mean, you still report that shit.
priority one is the monster.
I guess.
Because
I mean,
whatever the
clearly
monster's
not,
doing
as-
is stopped by killing the monster.
Fucking not the way they act about it later in the episode, but anyway, I was gonna say he's here now. So should we talk about Soiled It, whatever his
Yes.
name is, and specifically the way this dude looks?
ugh. Yes.
Bad.
I think
It's incredibly sucks.
the first thing that came to mind for me was it is the skin of a walrus clumsily thrown upon the skeleton of a man.
It seems
There
like
are
it.
other things to comment on for sure, though.
The weird tusks and antenna make me think that this was supposed to be another animal first, and they were like, fuck it, we need something for this episode. He's Soiler now.
He's also got like a nose hole, like the sort of skeletal,
Mhm.
vacant kind of looking nose hole, not like he has nostrils nose.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this dude looks like a mangled, rotting animal.
Yes.
He looks like he was formerly some kind of animal, but then he's been in the sun and also was run over by a truck, and he's just been left out there for a while.
Mhm.
He's rough.
Just not. And then they covered him in
Yeah.
bird shit.
He really does look like
My-
he got like massive like goose flock dumped on.
Yeah, really. My two notes about the appearance of this particular monster are Jabba the Hutt ass monster, and this dude looks like a Skyrim sweet roll.
I hate you. He does. In the worst
He
in the worst way
does!
possible, he looks like an unmodded Skyrim sweet roll.
Sweet roll. He's missing the cherry, and that's it.
Oh. If you squint, the cherry's his nose hole.
Fucking awful.
Yeah. That's...
You look like someone stole your sweet roll.
You're
Thank
like
God.
someone's sweet roll.
cuts to this guy.
Please take him.
I got distracted and I burned my sweet roll.
Oh.
Yeah,
He does look like burnt pastry a
a little bit, especially around the arms.
Yeah, they like dusted him on his chest, and on the end of each of his limbs is this like blackened thing that fades into the main brownish skin color. He does just kind of look like he's made of bread. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I had assumed it was kind of a frostbite effect.
Or
Like,
something.
it would also explain
Sure.
the nose a little bit too.
Yeah.
Its effectiveness, I'm not sure. He's kind of a mess. I mean,
Every now and again, a Kamen Rider monster will come around, and they're just a little too ambitious. And I think that is our issue here with Soiler, or whatever his name is. I think they tried too much with this particular shocker monster, and as a result, none of it is communicated
there's a
well.
lot of neat ideas in here too. Like the fact that his arms are asymmetrical. One of his arms is a lot like thicker than the other.
Yeah, you got a big meaty arm.
And like similarly, one of his tusks is bigger than the other, and the bird poop runs on one side of the head more so than the other. But to what effect, I don't know. Like, if you this feels like the kind of monster where, like, maybe it was ahead of his time or something. Like, if you rendered this with, like, realistic skin textures and stuff, I think it would be very scary. Like, if you tried to make, like, a very realistic looking painted or, like, modeled version of this guy, it would be pretty cool.
yeah. If he has actually made of flesh, this guy would be an abomination. He's got his head, like King Fat's described as a Jabba the Hutt head, and he's not wrong. To further elaborate on that, the silhouette of his head, like, really is just like a trapezoid.
It's like a big lumpy triangle.
Yeah, he's got I guess what I can only describe as like a dewlap of extra material
Oh, God.
instead of a neck. But it protrudes backwards, not forwards. Yeah, no, this guy sucks, and I don't know if it's in a good way or not.
For the
I'm
purposes
flip flopping on this guy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's almost he sucks. He definitely sucks for sure. Is the thing, but I don't know if it's in the way of like, damn, this suit just is ass, or like in the like, this is actually really effective because this guy sucks to look at, and I don't want to have to keep looking at him.
He's a wretched creature, and
He
I
really
don't know.
is.
I don't know. I feel like conceptually it's wasted on him because all he does is freeze people.
For sure.
I feel like this guy could channel a lot more of a much more terrifying special ability because, frankly, virtually nothing in his design really contributes to the fact that he freezes people.
Yeah. Like I said,
Tusks.
he looks like he was made for something else, and they just had to use him for this episode. And it makes me really curious as to what he was originally made for, because I wonder if it would have been like really cool and effective with this thing that we have in front of us. I feel like for the sake of, Shakes, you mentioned we should give this guy the courtesy of the same due diligence of description that we gave Bear Conger. So let's go ahead and just do a quick top to bottom rundown. As far as coloration, he is pretty much entirely brown, except for those, those places that we mentioned where there's that dusting of black, and like the top of the head and like a little bit of the shoulders have the bird poop white on them.
It's a lighter brown, white flesh tones, or Or bread. It reminds me of
and
bread. The more I look at it.
Just to be very clear, when we say it looked like he got bird pooped on him, I don't mean there's just like white color on top of his head. I mean it literally looks like there is a liquid that is dripping.
It's splattered. Yeah.
Like a semi-thick, viscous, white, oozing.
Like it's almost like the way they achieved the effect is they made the head and then they just like dumped some paint on it.
Probably did.
Yeah, I mean probably.
It is
just blasted
it. It is nasty.
Why they chose to do it like that, I couldn't tell you. He's got two. I am truly not sure if these are supposed to be horns or antenna. Protrusions, we'll call them, coming out of the top of his head. Just entirely vacant eye slots.
Mm-hmm.
Right, there's nothing in there. It's all pitch black. Again, vacant kind of nose, mouth, the weird combination slot thing. He's got tusks, specifically that are asymmetrical. So one tusk is like way, way longer than the other one.
Which one?
His left
tusk?
Me left tusk.
My left tusk's much bigger than my right tusk.
Yeah. Just like in life.
Yeah. Well, Hey, the left arm's the big, thick one, too, so,
Yeah, when we pointed it out first, I was kind of...
But there's a story I could tell about that sort of thing, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to go ahead and move it along.
It's probably a better idea.
Yeah. Big, lumpy neck folds thing. Like we said, he looks like a lumpy triangle. And then, one extra beefy arm that ends in an extra large whippa. But not entirely unique. It's kind of just like, it looks like the other hand, it's just bigger, and he can't articulate it because it's obviously the fake hand.
The rare two-handed shocker.
Yeah. And of course a championship title belt, because he is a shocker monster. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about this dude. I really don't. He's I don't
something.
know. He's something.
Ugh.
God, this dude sucks.
Should we move on?
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it popping.
Let's move on. And remember, if this sounds familiar, if some of these plans sound familiar, it's because they are.
Yeah, and remember, we're dealing with Steve Williams here.
Yeah. Though this time they didn't do it with the evil plan so much as the aesthetics of their evil people.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, let's go into it. So yeah, Hayato shows up. The group tells him what happens. Meanwhile, Dr. Death is watching this and says that they will use Seal Oiler to kidnap people and turn them into cyborgs. We then see a boat on the ocean be attacked by Seal Oiler, and the crew is frozen.
Oh,
Taki arrives.
So cool.
Yeah. Do we want to get into it? Do we want to go ahead and just do that a little bit then?
I figure while I'm thinking about it, it's just it was a very unique effect.
This whole little chunk of episode is when we have some of our most fun with lighting.
Yes,
there are a lot of cool lighting effects here. Also, I do feel important to note that my note for when we come in on Dr. Death is just Death Bell dancing.
Yeah, he's
because once again,
rainbow immunity again. He's powerful.
Yeah.
They did play a little bit with lighting again last episode, but I feel like it came in really strong this episode in ways that I think are kind of new. Like it's not like they haven't played around with lighting and colored lighting in older episodes, but to the extent and to the success that they have in this episode, I don't think has happened until now. Like,
Yeah.
one great example is in this very, very scene where Fashi's statue is orange today. I guess that's just the color he was feeling. So, the camera pans to the Fashi statue, who is speaking to Dr. Death, and when it pans back to Dr. Death, he is illuminated in blue light, so his entire silhouette is blue. So you've got this, like, cool contrast panning from the orange light of Fashi's statue onto the blue in the foreground, shifting to Dr. Death. And it just looks really cool.
Yeah, we did a lot of really cool lighting effects, which I guess was to make up for the fact that I think we touched on this briefly, like right after we watched the episodes or something, but I don't think we got any shocker murals these two episodes.
Looking back at this scene right now, there is one for Cilliolier, but you never see it isolated, I don't think. You only see like it in the background with him silhouetted in front of it.
I don't think we ever get any like clear shots of the, like, certainly not ones that we would post like we do.
Which is a real shame.
What a waste, too.
Yeah, I would have very much so liked to have seen portraits of these two particular monsters.
Particularly...
Yeah, okay, just you can sort of see
yeah.
it. That's
particularly
cool, I think that's what they used for the scene. Sorry.
Particularly because, like, a lot of monsters, particularly the clumsy or ambiguous looking ones like this, their murals tend to really help us understand their design or the intention behind their design. So it's a real shame we couldn't see this one in full clarity.
It would have been nice to have like pictures to help guide the visual identity of, honestly, both of these monsters, both Bear Conger and Soiler. Because, like, Bear Conger is a little bit better, because it's, like, he's, worst comes to worst, he's just kind of like an alien guy or something, right? But, like, the design philosophy on both of these kaijin is not clear in the slightest, and we definitely could have used some assistance with them.
Yeah.
This mural is wild too, what little you can see of it.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's supposed to be implying a snowstorm billowing around him. But it looks like he's in a comet field, which is dope.
Yes.
It's really good. Yeah.
And it's got big glowing eyes. Big glowing eyes that I'm pretty sure they used for this boat scene.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's where they actually utilized it. Maybe that's why they hit it.
Yes.
I think the mural's tusks are actually 3D objects too.
Maybe.
It looks like it because there's a cast shadow.
I think the tusk is casting a shadow, yeah.
Which is wild.
That's interesting. But yeah, so the boat scene's short. It's pretty simple,
It's incredibly
but I really appreciated it. Because the guy's like, oh, man, we're on a boat, and it's really dark out, and oh, hey, is that snow? What the hell? And they look into the darkness, and there's just these two eyes in the darkness, and it just kind of descends on the ship, and I think they just cut from there, right? Like,
so the eyes descend on the ship. I don't think they see him on deck properly, but I believe there's like some indication that he gets on the boat, and then he just starts using the powers.
Right.
And they freeze, and that's it. Save for the lingering shot on the photo of the captain, which we'll get to.
Right. It was real spooky.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was a proper spooker duke.
Yeah.
I think I'm really warming up.
So shall we let's continue. Taki arrives at the moto club. Taki arrives at the moto club and says that another boat has wrecked with the crew missing. And Maki comments that this is the what I actually have this wrong. I should mention that. Maki is not the one who commented this. I thought it was when I was writing this synopsis, but it's Taki who mentions this. So Taki arrives at the moto club. He says that another boat has wrecked with the crew missing, and he comments that this is the 7th boat that this has happened to since yesterday. They wonder if Shocker is behind the attacks, and the girls mention the cyborg they saw before. At Shocker's base, we see... This just says the. It's... We seem the, which means those were typos on my part. I think it was supposed to be we see them.
Wrote it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm trying to do 2 of these in 30 minutes while watching the episode at 1.5 speed. Sometimes me fuck up me finger. But where was it? We see them storing the frozen bodies, and the sea oiler is told to bring more victims. We then see a young boy coming home to his mother with medicine. She mentions he should do his homework, but he says he has no time to study because his father's boat has sunk.
God.
His mother reassures him his father is still alive and asks him to continue his studies.
Yeah, I know
And-
she's trying to be a good mother, but I couldn't help but laugh a lot at the scene.
Yeah.
Like, oh, please don't let your GPA fall while mourning your father.
If you didn't study, I couldn't
Like,
take
that
it.
is literally what she says. And
You're gonna have one less parent, and then you'll have no parents.
Yeah,
What
Go-
about that, little Jimmy?
you're gonna have none parents if you don't fucking study, I swear to God.
Stay in school. I don't care if your dad's dead. Go to school.
Yeah, go to school.
give him
None
a
parents left bees.
Oh, yeah,
Boy,
this
howdy.
was- what a weird scene this was.
yeah.
I mean, really weird scenes, because even the
I
scene
mean,
in the
it's-
Moto Club was kind of strange.
Like, I get it. Like, I think they're trying to exemplify the mom being in denial.
I
Yeah.
know, but it's just
A
the
little
way
bit.
in which she is in denial makes me
It's
laugh. It's
very
very stereotypical
Silly.
in a way that kind of hurts.
Mhm.
Like, please, I need you to study. You can't possibly take a single. His father disappeared the previous day.
The previous
You
day.
can't possibly take any time to be concerned or mourn your father. It's fine. Make sure
Oh.
you're studying. Did you do your homework?
Yeah, do you want to do your homework next to me, your sick and dying mother? Don't worry
I
about your dad.
swear,
He's definitely alive
If-
for sure. Just
if you
study.
stop studying because you're worried about your dad, I swear.
Then I'm gonna die.
I will die right here.
Fucking, I
God.
swear to God. I'll die right on you, you fucking kid. You think I won't? Yeah, very, very garbage energy out of this mom. Shout out to Chi-Chi.
Hey. It's not
At
a fair
least a little
comparison.
bit.
Chi-Chi wanted her son to go to school
No, you're right.
in general and not be a kind of deadbeat like her horrible husband.
Oh, you like her shitty
Yeah.
husband?
Basically, she just wanted him to have a plan B if he wanted to have a relatively average life. You can save the world
Yeah.
and go to school. Please, go to school.
Please go
Also,
to
it's
school.
important for children to
Don't-
be literate
I wish
and not go to alien planets when they're
You're
5
not
years
wrong.
old.
Yeah, don't be like your
They
father who has to be a fucking farmer because he can't
Yeah,
read.
when the,
I gotta say the dub, at the very least the dub, but I can't imagine it's much better in the sub. Handled that kind of shittily though. Like, I can
Yeah.
sympathize with Chi-Chi, but like, boy, did they make her one of the most, like, just verbalize it in the most obnoxious, like, naggy wife sitcom
to be
way.
fair,
Yeah,
it's
for
because
sure.
they don't want you to take her side. The way they're portraying it. Like, the older I get,
Yeah,
the more I
fucking
sympathize
sucks.
with it. As a kid, I was like, wow, she's just a naggy mom. But, like, the older I get, if I revisit those scenes now as an adult, I'm like, but she's right. You can't just
Yeah.
drag your son to an alien planet. Like, he's like 6 years old.
Yeah, really, truly.
You can't be doing this. I don't care that he is half alien himself. You're not taking him to his home planet or whatever, obviously. Like, that's not even in question right
Well,
now. But, like,
Definitely not taking him to the home
Yeah.
planet. I ain't there no more.
God, like, she just wants Gohan to go to school. She's not saying he has to be like a top student with the best grades. She's not like forcing him. Well, I mean, she does make him study, but
Well,
like at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say again. And this might just be the dub being not great, and it might not be so bad in the original. But I do remember a very large chunk of time where Chi-Chi kept talking about how Gohan needs to study because he's gonna become a doctor,
And
which is not great racially, just initially,
Um,
but also
yeah, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, but
yeah,
like,
me either.
in her defense, a lot of the time we see of Gohan's childhood, he's literally spending months or years away from home.
Mhm.
She's probably got to work really hard trying to get him caught up to be capable of going to school.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, shout out to that time her husband died, so he let some fucking alien just kidnap his son and take him out into the woods
Yeah,
for like a couple of
don't
months.
get me wrong, I love the Piccolo dad memes as much as the next person, but that was pretty messed up.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's insanely fucked up that you let that happen, Goku. Especially when, like, 5 years prior to that, you and that dude's dad were having a fight to the death over the fate of the world.
And less years prior to that, you were fighting that dude.
Yeah, that specific dude, like, y'all don't like each other. Remember how your plan for victory hinged on him being allowed to murder you? Did you forget that part,
And yet
dog?
somehow you have a single team up where you're not even friends yet, and you decide that you can entrust your son with this guy.
Your fucking
Your
son!
one and
Your
only
child!
4-year-old son. Anyway,
Damn.
sorry,
I cannot believe there are people who exist who defend Goku as a
it's
father.
because they like him.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
Goku fucking sucks.
I mean,
Nobody I associate with think Goku is a good dad, but there's a lot of tumultuous arguing whether or not Piccolo or Vegeta are worth a damn.
oh, that's absolutely fair. I hear a lot of people.
It's very divisive.
Here is the point that I always try to make that people weirdly try to argue with me about, and I'm like, I don't think maybe you understand the point that you are trying to make. Here's the one point I've only ever tried to drive home. Sure, maybe Piccolo and Vegeta are not great dads,
Mhm.
but the point I have always tried to make is that they are better fathers than Goku.
I have one addendum to
Yeah.
that thought, and it's that I agree with you, but there is only one, possibly two, truly good fathers in all of Dragon Ball, and that is
Oh, yeah,
Krillin,
one of them's Krillin. Yeah,
maybe Ox King.
maybe
I was gonna say
King.
Ox King is pretty alright.
Other than that,
I don't know. Ox
Well-
King let a child beat up some people and was like, "Yeah, you can marry my daughter."
I mean, Chi-Chi was pretty
she
into
wanted
it.
that, to be fair. Also, wait,
Yeah,
He was young and in love.
Gohan's an okay dad.
yeah, Goku.
Yeah.
Gohan's not bad.
Once we get further in
Yeah.
the future, yeah, he's
Krillin's the best dad, though.
Krillin's the best dad. No one's
Easily.
arguing that.
Questionably.
But again, yeah, like my thing has always just been like, you don't have to say that like Vegeta and Piccolo are good dads, and in fact, a pretty big chunk of Vegeta's arc is about the fact that he's like not a great dad, but he's trying, and that's the part I'm
I
getting
think it's
at.
hilarious.
At least he's fucking trying.
His arc is discovering I care about my family, actually. Which,
Yeah.
like, don't get me wrong.
His
it's-
arc is I love my wife and my son,
I have
and that's fucking
I
disgusting.
have discovered that I care about these people, which, like, it's
Fucked up.
it's not
Yeah.
bad, but I don't really think that makes Father of the Year material, personally.
I mean, it's okay. Again, still better than
Yes,
Goku.
but that is a low bar.
Not
It's truly
according
the
to some
lowest
people.
bar.
Weirdly.
To be fair, no, that's a mean ass thing to say. I shouldn't say that. But now that I've
No, say it.
some people have low bars for
please.
fatherhood.
Got him.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Goddamn.
really sad, but it's true, and I'm not here to insult anybody. I just think, we should maybe
Raise that bar a
raise the
little bit.
bar a little bit. expect people to, care, I guess.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
No one's perfect, obviously. We're all just people, flawed people, but
yeah, let's start at the bare minimum of care about your children at all.
care about children and are at least moderately invested in their future. I think that's important because obviously Goku cares about people, and if I recall correctly, I do think Toriyama has gone on record saying he doesn't particularly have any special feelings for his family. That he's kind of a Gandhi kind of guy who's I love everybody the same way.
Yeah, more or less. Well, because, he's a fucked up space barbarian that got a concussion when he was an infant, and people thought that would be good enough to just, make him a regular person.
I mean, I don't know. Hitting your head as a child doesn't necessarily mean anything, and...
Exactly. That's the point I'm getting at.
I just...
it made him less violent, yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that he's from a fucking alien race of warrior people who only care about fucking shit up.
How did we get... Oh, right, we were talking about moms.
We were talking
Nagi
about,
moms,
moms.
yes. I was
Yeah.
We've been talking about Dragon Ball for so long now.
Yeah, well,
Sure have.
I have a lot of feelings about
I do
Dragon
too.
Ball. Specifically because I have a lot of feelings about Dragon Ball dads, because somehow, amazingly, people are just kind of, cool with the shit that Goku does all the time, and I'm like, can we please at least acknowledge that Goku is a terrible father, and that Vegeta is at least a better father than him? And people are like, no, actually, we can't.
People just like
And
Goku.
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
There's no other explanation.
That's the real issue. It's that I don't fucking like Goku
I gotta admit,
anymore. I'm like, fuck that
I
nigga.
also just don't like him that much. I don't know. I want to like him, but...
He's just not likable anymore, because he keeps fucking shit
can't-
up so he can fight someone strong.
Yeah,
It's
he's
stop.
nuts.
Stop being the antagonist of your own show,
He's
you dick.
absolutely nuts. He has no actual regard for the safety of Earth or his friends anymore, beyond the point of, if I can fight this guy next, I'll do it. It doesn't matter if it endangers the world or anything. If I can get a cool fight out of this, I'll do it. It doesn't matter if the universes are at stake. If I can get a cool fight out of this, I'll do it. Oh, and also the fact that the show is obsessed with giving him every triumph, even if other characters are just way better set up to get them. I'm looking at you, Resurrection F. Anyway, we're not talking
seriously.
about Kamen Rider anymore.
Vegeta should have been the
Vegeta
one
should have
to
been
fucking
the
kill
one
Freezer in
to
that
do
movie.
it. I'm so mad.
Anyway, look forward to be in my Dragon Ball Z podcast where we talk about how much we hate
And
Goku.
how much we love Krillin?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
That's-
Okay, I'm in.
I mean, how can you not love Krillin? He's great. I know we said we were going to talk about Kamen Rider, but I wish they let Krillin be cool in
He's a fucking
anything.
I love
Krillin is so
Krillin
cool.
is so cool.
He's a
He's
fucking
a short
jobber.
king.
They don't even let him be cool in his own entrance in the Dragon Ball Z fighting game, where they give Yamcha a cool entrance.
God.
Yamcha and
fucking
fucking
people.
Yamcha and Tien Shinhan get cool entrances.
Tien
Listen,
And
I'll
deserves
give-
a
fucking
I'll let-
Krillin has to
Tien
fall on his
deserves it.
ass, and one
Tien
of his
deserves
specials
it.
is throwing a rock. What the
And Rock's
fuck?
probably a meme, unfortunately.
A rock is definitely
Oh,
meme.
it's the Rocky throws a Goku.
Yes.
Ow!
That's very funny.
Why'd you do that?
And also, why did they give it to him? Why can't you just let Krillin be cool?
Yamcha
God
deserves to be
damn
jumped
it.
out way harder than Krillin in a
Absolutely
fighting
he
game.
does.
Completely.
Yamcha's
And-
a fucking jobber.
And I think Yamcha's still top tier. He definitely was on release.
He's a dillweed.
Such a fucking
Hate
dork.
that guy.
Oh god.
I
Anyway,
like him in Dragon Ball though.
Krillin.
yeah, Dragon Ball Yamcha is cool.
He's a doofus, but like everybody is. So
I just want Krillin to have like a little bit of a spotlight where like the show is like, hey, we acknowledge that you're actually really strong and super capable and have been training for a long time.
Maybe the show is unwilling to give him anything else because they already gave him. And
A hot wife and a
18.
loving
don't
daughter.
don't get me
Yeah, I
wrong,
was gonna
I love 18, and I think they're cute
Who
together.
doesn't?
But the romances in the whole show suck ass, and Krillin in 18 isn't that much better, but it is miles, leagues, miles better than like all the other ones. There's no
Yeah, for
competition
sure.
whatsoever, except maybe, Broly in the new Broly movie, and that girl he likes.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
green
the
girl.
green girl. What's her name? Chili or something?
Yeah, Chila or something.
cool.
I didn't see that movie. I just remember seeing all of
Oh,
the
it's a good movie.
cute fan art, which quickly escalated into explicit porn of that
Unironically,
girl.
good movie.
Well,
Easily
hey.
best, like, easily actually the
Yeah,
best
that's-
Dragon Ball movie. By no exaggeration, it is easily my favorite. I unironically enjoy that movie. Also,
That's what everyone
kind of
said.
a return to the, like, end of Dragon Ball reminiscent design of Goku, which I think is peak Goku.
Yeah, that's a very good
We're
Goku.
still not talking about Kamen Rider, god damn it.
Still
Still
not
not.
talking
I'm
about
so
Kamen?
sorry.
Yeah, we're getting back to it
Okay,
now. What we were talking
Oh,
the
about?
mom. Yeah.
We were talking about the mom. We did those scenes.
He's got to stay at school. Now he wants to kill the ocean.
Yeah, we're gonna go to kill the ocean. All right, that is fine
With
with
children
me.
fighting the ocean.
I don't know if there was anything between.
Not
them,
really,
I'm
no.
sorry.
No, there really wasn't. That was the next part of the synopsis. I just hadn't gotten there yet because I wanted to give us some chance to talk about these scenes. But I think we've said all there is to say
And more.
through the lens of Dragon Ball. So later we see Hayato on the edge of the sea when he comes across the boy. At this point I feel obligated to mention that the boy has a name. His name is Yasua. I don't know when that's first brought up, but I didn't catch it. And I forgot about it until I saw his name at the end of the episode again. So his name is Yasuo, but he's in here as the boy. Hello, boy. Anyway. Yeah, he comes across the boy. He asks him what he is doing, and the boy mentions his father's loss at sea. Then they are attacked by Shocker as Taki arrives, having tracked Hayato. Hayato and Taki fight off Shocker, but are chased into a cave by Soiler and trapped inside by an ice wall. Yeah, we'll stop it there, and then we can go forward. After we can talk about Taki stalking his boyfriend.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is one of my notes. So he stalks his boyfriend and is immediately punished with ice cubification.
Yeah, really. This was a neat fight scene because we busted out some Shocker rods.
Yeah, we raided the lacrosse team's closet and
Yeah.
took off all the nets.
So yeah,
They
we
didn't
got.
look like they had any points
No.
on them.
They don't,
Which makes
but-
it extra fucked up that Kamen Rider chucks one through a guy.
Yeah,
and pins
some
him to the wall.
some dude does seem to get stabbed by what look to be these tipless spears. I don't know. Maybe it was just that much blunt force
I
trauma.
guess so.
I mean, yeah, he's a superpowered cyborg freak.
Oh,
Just right through him.
there was a note I made about when Yasuo first shows up that I forgot to mention. I forgot I wrote down, man, this kid is a new writer waiting to happen.
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, one dead parent and another parent on her deathbed? This dude is one bad day from fucking anime protagonist.
Oof. Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. This was a nice seaside fight. We used a couple of different locales. We had a fight on some rocks right next to the ocean that looked real slick because those rocks were fucking wet,
Yeah.
but nobody seemed to slip.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, everybody did their stunts properly.
Yeah. Some dudes
Just
get
cool.
flipped into the ocean, which is always
Yeah,
neat.
lots of flipping into the ocean.
Yeah, love that shit. This is just I'm trying to think of other like real standouts from this fight, but nothing's really coming to mind.
I do enjoy how many mooks get chucked into the ocean, I guess.
Yeah,
like even before he transforms, Hayato was on a
Yes.
tear, just
Yeah.
tossing dudes in the
He-
drink
Throwing
without
them
even
in.
He doesn't transform
transforming.
during this entire fight.
He does.
Does?
Yeah, he definitely does at some point. I think it's
Does he
around
revert?
when Taki shows up. I think he does, or maybe he
Well,
doesn't, and I'm
no,
crazy.
No, because it carries into the cave, and he was. Well, no, maybe he reverts. Yeah, fucking maybe he never does.
Yeah, maybe he does. I don't know. I could have sworn I remember seeing him transform during this fight. But you
I
are
don't
right
think he
about
does
the
it.
fact that he is, like, when we get into the cave later on, like this next part of the synopsis I was going to read, he is untransformed.
Yeah, and he has to do another transformation sequence, or the first one. We're not sure anymore.
I don't believe he transforms during this fight, but he does, in order to, well, spoilers.
Well, I mean, have we said everything there is to say for this fight? I did have one more note I would bring up otherwise.
Oh, only one more thing. I realized I didn't say it before when we were describing this character at the beginning of the episode, and I said he like Yuki no jutsu'd on the old man.
My note was also about the Yuki no Jutsu.
The reason why we're describing it that way is because before every single time he does this, he brings his hands up, like clasped in front of his face, almost, like Naruto characters, before he moves them out and blows the silly spray out.
Whatever it is. The note I put was he has to praise Jesus before he freezes people. Lord Jesus, let me freeze this man.
And
Yeah!
Jesus said okay, apparently.
Freezes.
Yeah.
Which is a real shame.
Yeah, come on, Jesus. Don't be helping Nazis.
Christ.
Nazis like Jesus.
Nazis do like
I
Jesus.
hope Jesus doesn't like Nazis, though. I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to bet on at this point. Because that's going to be a big problem if that's true.
Yeah. Certainly would be an issue. But yeah, so... Oh, go ahead, B.
Oh, I don't have any more notes for the fight, sorry.
No, that's fair.
Just one thing, like, at the very, very, very end, but I don't think we've actually gotten to that.
Is this them getting trapped in the cave? Ed?
Yes.
Well, we were about to get there, so yeah, we'll
I have it written down, and I think when they get trapped, we have a cutaway, right? Back to
yeah.
soccer
I
base. Were you
think
gonna cover that? Okay.
maybe there's a cutaway. Yeah, okay, go ahead and go for it, because I think maybe that's in there, but I didn't write it down in the
Because
notes.
that's when we cut back to the
Yes.
bunny.
Oh, yes, yeah, I definitely didn't put that in the notes, because it is like a
How did-
5-second scene.
It really is
It is
inconsequential.
entirely irrelevant to the plot of the
It's
episode.
another case of the guy coming back and them going like, "Why the fuck haven't you killed Kamen Rider yet?"
Except, like, not even entirely that. Like, this time it was just like, good job, you trapped Kamen Rider. He can't get out now. Go get him.
Okay.
Now get back out there. Go, go, go.
And
Yeah,
it was like,
coach.
hold on, wait, I gotta show you what I'm gonna do to this guy. Here,
Check this out.
check. Hey, you see this fucking rabbit? Praise the Lord. Yeah!
Poor thing.
And he freezes a rabbit, and then he chops it to death, and he's like, that's what I'm gonna do to Kamen Rider.
Guess he just stopped
Poor
home
Daisy.
for a lunch break or something? I don't...
Or something, yeah. That's my government mandated 15. I'm gonna go catch smoke.
I had to go get a box of snow caps.
Delicious.
All right, back on the field. We have the same white rabbit that we are convinced is the same rabbit that's appeared twice in the show now.
Yeah, we're pretty sure this is the rabbit from the Gamagelis episode, and then just recently the Namewell episode, the one that they throw.
Poor thing.
This
Poor rabbit.
Hope it gets paid well. Lots of carrots.
Lots of carrots for the bunny. For the fucking
but
Banui.
But yeah, otherwise pointless.
Yeah,
we go back
truly.
to the cave. Little space
No,
filler.
I
Yep.
just googled
Just to
it,
let you catch your
and,
breath.
Oh.
The freeze ray gets really scary if it's in Celsius.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Ooh.
He said it was like, what, a negative 300 degree
negative
shot?
300, which is,
Yeah, in Celsius,
I
I
mean,
got.
I doubt the
Lord.
translators are
Depends.
converting.
it depends on how they do it, so it's probably Celsius, right?
Yes, I doubt the
Mhm.
translators are converting, so it must be Celsius. Oh
But-
god.
But here's the thing, absolute zero is 273 Celsius.
Powerful cyborg.
Negative?
Negative, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So,
Beyond the
Well,
limits.
wonder-
Absolute zero.
yeah.
No wonder he fucking just
To go even
insta-freezes
further,
people.
Bill.
Yeah, no,
I
your
guess so,
flash
yeah.
freeze, this is colder than the depths of space.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
really.
why their cryostasis actually works.
Yeah.
It's too, yeah, it freezes you too fast for any actual damage. Unless you get smashed to pieces like that rabbit.
Yeah, like that poor Banui.
rabbit.
Just in, my only wish is that it had that stock pot shattering sound effect.
Oh, poor thing.
That would have been really good.
God.
I just love that. I love that sound effect. It makes me laugh every single
It's
time.
fun.
It's very good. Also, I didn't put it in the thing, so I guess we should mention when they get frozen before they get frozen behind the ice wall in the cave, fucking Soiler, he freezes Taki and the boy.
Yes, that
He's
Oh,
like
yeah.
he goes to try and freeze Hayato dodges, lets his boyfriend take the hit for
yeah,
him.
that's what my note was about. He just let them perish. He really did
He
just
really
dodge
did.
out of the way and let them take that hit. He was all
Yep.
brave and standing in front of them until he saw that jutsu coming his way.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
He started praising the Lord, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm not Christian.
I'm gay.
Get out of here." Yeah. It'll be super effective.
Damn, Hayato, that's ice cold.
Speaking of ice cold,
Yeah, speaking of ice cold,
Bro, it's freezing. We have to cuddle. We have to rub our bodies together. It's not gay, I promise.
my notes also say cuddle for quote survival.
I just have a gay hug of warmth and life. But yeah, while trapped in the this says case, but it's supposed to say cave. Thanks, career point. While trapped in the cave, Hayato starts a fire, but is unable to save the frozen Taki and the boy. So he transforms and heats his body to thaw them out. However, they cannot break the ice wall. Kamen Rider finds a thin
For
portion
some
of...
reason.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Kamen Rider finds a thin portion of the cave wall and breaks it open, and Taki takes the boy back to his mother. Meanwhile, Soiler is called out by Kamen Rider, who fights him in Shocker, but he is eventually frozen and brought back to the Shocker base.
Taki returning the kid in the most sus way possible.
Yeah, truly.
Just fucking wild. How not legit this man like he's like going out of his way to seem not legit. He could have just bullshitted being any kind of authority figure.
Could have just been the authority figure he actually is. He could have just been
I
like...
I understand if you want to be like, if you don't want to be like, yeah, I'm FBI.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
then the mom's gonna be
FBI.
like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, what did my son do? Why is the FBI getting involved?
But like, you know, like, oh, I'm an officer of the law. Not
Right.
technically untrue.
Exactly.
and it's like, I just didn't want your boy to be unsafe.
Hell,
anything. I'm a doctor.
You can even mention, like, oh, he got into a little bit of a tussle with some unsavory types, but we kept him safe, and I wanted to make sure he got home to you safe and sound. Don't worry, ma'am, everything is okay. The perpetrators have been caught, or whatever the fuck,
Or completely other direction. You could have just said, like, oh, I saw him take a tumble, and I wanted to bring
saw
him home.
he
got in
was
a bad
out
accident.
on a seawall looking. He was looking out into the ocean. I think he mentioned something about looking for his dad, but I saw him take a spill into the drink, and I scooped him up, got him out of there, and gave him a ride home. Wanted to make sure he got back to you safe, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm just a stranger passing by, doing a good deed. Instead, Taki says,
Oh, I'm a friend of your son's.
I'm a friend of your son's.
Yeah, me, a grown-ass man. I'm an adult.
Ugh.
And also your son's friend.
I am calling the police.
We just met today, but we're totally friends. Isn't that
Can
right,
you stay
Yasuo?
for a second? I need to get a description.
Yeah.
Sorry, could you
Also,
stand
Baby
Blake's
blue is
talkie
the suit.
answers his phone.
What up, bitch?
What a power move.
Yeah, you thought. I bet you thought, didn't you? I'm the cops.
An extremely I'm the manager moment.
Yeah.
In the worst way.
Yeah, really. God.
My note for this scene reads, Yasuo, did you do your homework?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, you're safe. I haven't seen
Oh
you
my
in
god,
hours.
you're almost
Do
late
your
for
homework.
school. I was about to call the police.
We gotta get you to cram school right away.
Yeah, really. Come on, dog. Ain't never gonna get good grades like that.
Your college preps are almost due.
Mother, I am 7 years old.
I didn't have any notes
You'll
about
never be a
that
doctor.
scene, but I did specifically have a note about the scene before when they break out of the cave. Cause so Taki tries to break out of the ice cave. He can't do it. Hayato tries to break out of the ice cave. He can't do it. He punches a part of the cave, it doesn't bust open. He then, I guess, uses his cyborg ears to figure out, like, the resonance of the rest of the cave to determine its thickness. Then shimmies over to another part of the wall, listens to something else, is like, alright, it's here, and punches a hole right into the wall straight to the outside. And the only thing I could really think there, and that's why I wrote it as my notes, is I just went, yeah, sure, why not? Alright, yeah.
Fucking
Okay,
whatever.
sure,
I
fuck
don't
it.
know,
Yeah,
he's-
I'll give you that one.
He's a cyborg freak. I don't know.
Yeah,
If you
I don't
if you
know.
knock on a wall,
Fuck
you
it.
can tell if
Whatever.
it's hollow.
fine.
You
It
can tell
doesn't
how
matter.
thick it is, generally.
It's fine. It's
the
fine. You
echolocation
get
of
this
his
one.
own breathing. I don't know.
Or whatever. Who cares? It's fine. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not even mad. Just whatever. Do the episode. Fuck it. It's like, Jesus. Why? I don't... In what universe could he not just punch through that ice wall?
This one, apparently.
I don't understand. It's fine. It doesn't even matter. It's... Whatever. Just do the episode. I didn't say this part in the actual synopsis, but I'll mention it here because it is relevant. That Taki follows after Shocker as they take Kamen Rider away. But we'll get into the next part of the synopsis here. Soiler asks to smash Hayato, but Ionstead, because I'm good at typing quickly.
Can he smash?
No, he cannot smash. No, Dr. Death.
Let me smash.
Dr. Death with
Dr.
his
Death
worse
has
than
him-
usual looking comb over today.
Yeah, really,
Looking a little
looking rough.
today.
Yeah, Dr. Death has him thawed so they can turn him back to Hayato and then kill him. This,
How do you think this plan ends up, gamers?
yeah, vote now on your phones.
Do do
Did you
do
get-
do 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 do.
Yeah, I'll wait. Did you get your votes in, gamers?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. Let's see. As he is thawed out, Kamen
My
Rider.
favorite-
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to detail. So his plan
Mhm.
is thaw a Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Restart his heart.
Yep.
Deactivate his Kamen Rider.
Yep.
Then torture/kill.
Yeah. That's
One of those steps maybe should be in front of the other.
I don't understand what's the problem.
no.
Yeah,
What?
it's a flawless plan.
Thank you.
Let's just turn Kamen Rider back on while we have him chained to a table.
Yeah,
A
that's,
thing he's definitely never escaped from
Ever.
yeah. It's we've
ever
got him dead to rights. We got him right where he
in
wants.
episode
So-
1.
Like
What did you answer? What did you all answer on your phones? Well, we'll reveal the answer
Yeah.
now.
So here we
Was
go.
it that Kamen Rider instantly wakes up, breaks the chains, and starts killing
Ding
people?
ding 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 ding.
There you go. If you made that choice, you guessed correctly. Because yes, as he is
It
thought
doesn't
out,
take a second.
Kamen Rider breaks his bonds and takes Soiler captive and threatens to freeze Dr. Death unless he frees the captive.
My notes.
Somehow he's able to Ratatouille.
Yes, somehow he's able to Ratatouille.
By the tusks.
My note for that bit specifically says seal a Thule.
Oh, it's so good. My note for this scene reads, "We forgot you were a cyborg freak. Oops."
Oops.
Yeah, my note for that specific bit is because when they start defrosting him, they just, in order to show that, they just like shine a bunch of rainbow lights on top of
Ding
him.
ding 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 ding.
So
ding, ding,
I just put Kamel dancing again,
ding.
but this time as Kamel dancing.
Common dancing. I wonder if someone's drawn that. I mean,
Yes.
Yes, I link it.
I don't remember seeing it. I want to
I don't
see
think
it
you did.
again.
I either linked it in this chat or I linked it in the actual Kamen Rider chat in the Hive Discord. But there has definitely been a video I have linked that has Kamen Riders doing Kamel dancing.
Heck yes.
I linked it months ago, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a while ago, but I'll see if I can hunt it down for
would
you.
love to see it again. Would love to get it posted on the Twitter.
It's a very good. It's fun. It's a good time.
Nice.
I like it.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh.
this was a dumbass plan.
Speaking of dumbass plans,
Oh, please go ahead.
guess what Taki has a real great track record of thus far?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about how he was tailing, how he sees the Kamen Rider get kidnapped and he's like tailing him.
No,
And
I brought
the
that
next
part
time-
up, but what I did not bring up because we hadn't quite gotten to that point just yet. So yeah, I
I
guess
mean, it basically happens immediately after this.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out how serious he was tailing these dudes. Like,
Yeah.
hiding behind rocks and staying low and shit. Like, he was, like, ultimate stealth, and the next time we see him, he's captured.
It's so good. Like,
Off screen.
they drag him in to hold hostage against Hayato's Ratatouille technique.
Mhm.
It's incredible, but you'd think that might lead to something, but they just immediately kind of break out of binds and beat up all the mooks.
Yeah.
So much for that stalemate, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It was entirely worthless,
A little bit.
which I guess will. Oh, go ahead.
I can only think it was an excuse to get Hayato and Taki in the same place without really justifying it very well.
That is probably exactly what it was. But also, why did they spend the time to do that? Because they immediately split them up again.
I completely agree. I don't know. I think this scene would have worked perfectly fine if somehow, first of all, Taki never failed in his infiltration.
Mm.
If you just skip that entire scene, it works out fine. You could have Celioler kind of break out of Kamen Rider's binds and force him to chase him out of the building to fight, while Dr. Death tries to make his escape because I guess he's an old man who I don't know his fighting techniques, but I guess we're about to learn a little bit about what he does, and I can't call it hand-to-hand combat, but
I guess.
Yeah, his
I mean, this is.
I guess I don't know if this is a reveal that Dr. Death is in fact actually a Dracula, because I don't know how to interpret this scene otherwise.
Could not fucking tell you.
yes, I'm completely unsure.
I will say that Taki shows no restraint against the senior
Thank
citizen,
God.
which is
No.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because he just presses that dude against the wall and starts hammering blows.
starts beating the shit out of this dude. But then unfortunately it does not go so good, and Dr. Death he does. Oh, I figured it out.
Oh?
There was some confusion about this initially when we were watching this in the episode, but I figured out exactly what has happened.
What has happened?
So Taki's got him against the wall, right? He starts beating into Dr. Death. And then Dr. Death, getting a moment of breathing room, hits Taki with a beam that immediately takes effect.
I guess that explains the glowing effect that they put on his eye. And
Yeah.
and
That was Taki succumbing to the effect.
like, to be fair, when I say glowing effect, for those of you who are not going to watch the episode, I mean there is a very small blue light shown across the bridge of his nose,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of passes
That's the
over
beam.
his eyes. It's not like his eyes glow, and it's not like there's any like pachoo or anything. Like, there's no obvious indication that he has fired anything. We thought it was like
Well, no, because the beam immediately takes effect.
vampiric suggestion or something.
Yeah, obviously I am doing it.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck. Like, he hits him with the kaleidoscope eyes, kinda, sorta, not really. And then Taki is like,
He gets like vertigo and collapses
Yeah, or
or
something.
something.
And then
He just walks out.
he fucking heads to the can. And that's it.
Yeah, that was the joke I was constantly making.
Yeah.
It really seemed like he was just trying to walk off scene and like go to the bathroom in multiple instances, and then people would say, "Hey, Dr. Death, 1 second, I got something to say." And in this case, the way he just sort of shuffles out of a door. It's just like, all right, well, that business is done. I'm going to go with the can now.
Yeah.
Hell hath
I'm leaving.
no fury like a man who needs to take a dump.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll hit you with the fucking kaleidoscope eyes. Swear to God.
Gonna slam in the back of Dracula house.
Well, that was what
Dracula.
Taki was doing for a bit. And then he got
That's how they caught
kaleidoscope eyes. Yeah. He didn't dig through the ditches first, and he got punished for it.
Gotta
Got some witches to burn through real quick. Let me-
Yeah.
let
Be
me
right
get in
back.
there.
It was weird. It was so weird. I don't know why it happened that way.
I don't know.
I guess just because this is a weird show.
It is a weird show. And I feel like they aren't always 100% certain how they want to visually portray powers, so sometimes it is a little confusing.
Yeah. That is... Just, yeah. I mean, that just kind of leads us to the end of the episode, which is Hayato fighting a bunch of people and then killing Soiler.
And maybe a rubber duck, we're not sure.
Yeah, and maybe
Yeah.
we've already posted that. You've seen that post. You know what we're talking about.
But if you haven't, please check out the official Twitter and tell us what you think that is. I think it is a poorly functioning rubber duck floating on its side. I say this because I have only ever owned poorly functioning rubber ducks that float on their sides.
I am still of the opinion that it is simply a piece of debris of some kind, like some kelp or seaweed. But I could be
I
wrong.
think someone had a lemon.
Someone just threw
Yeah.
a weird lumpy lemon into the ocean.
I think it's
Yeah.
a child's toy all the way from America. It sailed over here.
That would be cute. It's got a message inside.
Help!
Kamen Rider, help me!
Sorry, throwing this dude in the ocean wall. This I don't know. Did we want to cover anything really about the fight? Because I feel like it just sort of at some point he decides, I'm gonna do a rider kick
Yeah, it was
now.
very.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
It was very much the same fight as we had before Taki and Yasuo got frozen.
Pretty much.
It's literally the.
Could have continued straight off.
It is the same location as well. I think. Oh, but the effect when Isil Lyler dies maybe is noteworthy.
Yeah, that's where that's where I would actually point out, because it's pretty great.
I go for it, I guess, because I honestly cannot remember.
Well, we get the double whammy. First we get the mannequin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do
Your
remember
rider
the
kicks him
ragdoll.
off of the sea cliff, and we get mannequin
Oh,
Sealer, and he lands like behind a sort of outcropping of rock, which is where they hide the explosives. And it's I want to say this sucks, but also I don't know, it's kind of neat. It's a dust explosion.
Yeah, he like explodes
No-
into
no
evaporated milk.
it's quite good, honestly.
It's so funny. Like, he doesn't have the fiery or sparky explosions that other bosses get. He's just
It's kind of a realistic one.
Yeah, really.
just
and I think it was an
loud.
intentional effect. I think it was supposed to be kind of like dry, icy kind of looking.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna also posit.
Maybe
Yeah,
even
steam.
it's very white,
Ooh.
so I think they were going for the snow effect, like he exploded into snow. It's neat.
Yeah.
It was fun. I feel like the more we discuss this guy, the more I've grown on him. So it's
A
just
little
kind of
bit.
like I appreciate the efforts they did end up putting into him.
Speaking of growing on this guy, checking my notes for the end of this episode, I was reminded of something we didn't talk about.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one for B.
Yes.
Since B brought me their counterpart a few episodes ago, I would like to ask, hey B Drops,
Yes.
what noise does Soiler make?
Oh, we forgot to talk about this.
Oh wow, yeah, we never even mentioned
We
that.
didn't bring it up.
To the confusion of, I think, all of us.
Yeah.
It's just kind of.
It was apparently especially prominent towards the end of the episode in this fight scene, because I just have a fucking note that says "Flyman 2, baby."
Why?
I don't know.
God, it wasn't. I mean, I could kind of understand for the fly, but
It certainly was not as frequent as well, no, I guess it kind of was as frequent as Flyman was, huh?
I don't know. It's weird. It's weirdly escaping
it
my
is a
brain.
really weird choice.
He
See,
brrred
my,
a lot.
my brain only went to a fucking ancient anime meme.
Oh yeah,
um,
true.
There's a character. Shoutouts to anybody who knows what I'm talking about when I say there's a character in Gao Gaigar called Pensionon.
Yeah.
Who looks kind of like a weird clown in a sailor outfit. And he just goes And he makes that sound all the time. And I don't know why this kaijin reminded me of that above like any other ones that also sort of made that noise. But boy, it didn't escape my head.
Yeah. It's...
I wish I could find the proper compilation video somebody made, but it's probably from an account that has been long deleted, like over in a decade ago.
But yeah, I don't know why this dude sounds like Spider-Man, but I'm fucking happy he does.
A lot of confusing direction on this monster in general.
Yeah, really.
But as he explodes into a cloud of dust or evaporated milk, whatever it is, I find it very amusing that kind of like a witch's curse, immediately, literally right after his death, they cut to all of the captured people, the old man and the sailors and everyone else who was being held captive in cryostasis. They're immediately revived and removing their shackles. So
Phew, glad that's over. And the old man from the beginning, he looks so happy.
So
he's
happy.
turning over a new leaf, and you know it. Like he's
Yeah, he's like he's Scrooging that shit. He's gonna go get the ball. He's gonna personally return it to the Ryder girls.
and then he's going to want to play soccer with them.
He's gonna buy a turkey. Yeah, he's gonna want to play soccer with it. He's gonna buy a huge turkey for everyone in the town.
Christmas goose.
Christmas goose.
You mean the one bigger than me, sir?
Just the one.
It's the one. It's gonna be Goro.
Yeah.
Give me the money, old man.
Or it's the kid who's lost his dad.
Oh yeah,
Oh god,
Yasuo.
yeah, and then they're going to have Christmas dinner after soccer practice with Yasuo's family with this giant goose.
Kamen Rider blesses everyone.
He's not even there. He's already driving home.
You know him, he's off to the Denny's.
I still
Gotta go
This
get me a
episode's
lump of
no
I
chicken.
still want to see that art of Hongo and Hayato just like battle bloody, sitting there getting their grand slams at Denny's.
I'm gonna have not a lot, but a little extra Kazish after bills and such are paid, so I may look into trying to get that commissioned by someone. Because I very much so want to see that as well.
Oh, so good.
And I guess that, I mean, there's the end of the episode. The end of the episode is kind of weird and fun because Yasuo is brought back home by the entirety of the Moto Club. Or no, Yasuo is brought to see his dad by like the entirety of the Moto Club.
Even though he's met like one of these people.
Yeah. So there's this heartfelt, touching reunion between a boy and his dad while a shit ton of strangers watch.
How touching.
They're just here. They haven't been here the whole fucking episode.
Yeah.
Literally not since we like saw them with the kickball.
Yeah, like the last time we saw them was at the Moto Club when Taki showed up with the newspaper. And that was pre-ad break.
Welcome back.
Thank you for ad breaking while I tried to take a sippy. Much appreciated. I don't know. These were weird episodes. They weren't terrible. They weren't amazing, but they weren't terrible. They were definitely better than the last episodes, for sure.
The worst.
I think it's
Oh,
Go
sorry. The worst offense is definitely still that they're continuing to do the "we'll do every idea twice with a slight twist" thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still think that's just Dr. Death's gimmick.
Amidst that thing, which is a key ingredient of probably what's made the last 6 fucking episodes so weak. Or is it 8? I can't remember how long it's been.
Literally
since
as soon as he showed up. So, when did Hongo come back? It was
What episode number was Hongo?
I want to say it was like
For-
episode
40
40, but
40.
that's not quite
It was episode
right.
40.
Oh, it was 40.
Okay, 40,
Jesus
40 exactly.
Fuck. Yeah.
So about 8 episodes in total so far of just that same gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. That's been a real bummer. That's been a bummer. Just every time we were watching these, it's just like, oh, well, we're this is just a thing we're doing. This is a thing we're trying. This isn't good.
It's not great. No.
But like, it isn't to say that some of the episodes still aren't entertaining. It just like I think it makes them feel extra meaningless.
Absolutely.
Like I
Yeah.
would think about how meaningless these episodic episodes are if it weren't for the fact that they kept like double stacking their
Mhm.
themes. It's baffling.
It's
even for-
very strange.
I'll give Kamen Rider this. They brought something new to the bad writing old show table that I did not expect.
Mm.
I thought we were getting in a rhythm. I thought we were getting in a groove, but I did not anticipate what kind of groove we were getting into.
Yeah.
I think
It is a groove that has quickly turned into a rut, unfortunately. And I would like very much for the Dan backslide of Kamen Rider Ichigo to unhand us.
Oh, what were you saying, Gopher?
Yeah, please.
I was gonna say, I think like, it's always been Monster of the Week, but having these episodes back to back like this is just, it really puts it under a magnifying glass that it is just a
Mhm.
Monster of the Week show,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
really just hurts all the continuity that has been built up, because it brings to the forefront that, like, it's not really gonna be used probably until the last, like, 5 episodes. I don't know,
Ugh.
but...
You're
Yeah,
so right.
it's
And it just
probably
kinda
going to be
sucks.
a while
And
before we start getting like proper continuity.
And even that aside, like, it feels extra painful because there's so little continuity in the show, all things
Mhm.
considered. So not only are we waiting very long for any payoff, but it's payoff for very little that we have been waiting very long for.
I guess to these episodes' credit, the fact that Taki got to throw hands with Dr. Death might be the biggest thing that's happened so far
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting,
of this arc.
I'm waiting to see if that is paid off in any way, because they made a point to specifically, like, really sort of hone in on, like, hey, fucking some weird shit just happened to Taki's brain because of Dr. Death.
Hmm.
So I'm interested to see if they like, I guess it is less interested to see and more, I really hope that they fucking pay it off in the future, and they aren't just like, it isn't just like, oh, we just wanted you to, we just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. Like, I hope they actually do something with it.
Me too.
Because leaving what could turn into a potential plot point just kind of on the floor would probably be the most disappointing thing.
I could definitely see how this could turn into something, because thus far, Kamen Rider, and I mean, we don't really have much of a track record to work with here, but, the one higher ranking officer we've had, Kamen Rider never faced him until the official showdown wherein he defeated him. And perhaps
Yeah.
this time around with Dr. Death, they're trying to handle it better and give us a little bit of a taste of his abilities without truly showing off the greatest extent of his powers by having him fight someone who
Yeah.
isn't Kamen Rider. And not only does that give us a little show of, why he's the guy in charge, but perhaps Taki will also help Kamen Rider prepare for his showdown with Dr. Death by telling him what happened when he fought him.
Yeah. That would definitely be a cool and unique way to come at it. It's especially because it's not something that's super common. Especially more modern common writers. A lot of times, a lot of challenges are tackled together, unless it is like a specific like character and plot developing moment for one writer to fight one specific enemy by themselves. Usually, one that is like normally stronger than them and has bested them in one-on-one combat before. But it's not super common, the whole like, I fought this dude and I got my ass kicked, here's what you need to watch out for so you don't get your ass kicked sort of thing. That's definitely something that I would want to see happen in the show, and it would be very cool if it happens in this show, but I'm skeptical.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out, but I feel like if there was any show that was going to have that happen, it might be this one, given that we don't tend to have a whole lot of teamwork when it comes to fighting the big bads. Like, it is pretty rare for anyone to do more than, like, Kamen Rider, here's a tool, or something regarding their involvement.
Except for, when Hongo showed up.
Yeah, except when Hongo showed up, and that one time Hongo's actor was injured and a random scientist blew up a guy with a death ray, but
yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I do like blowing up dudes with death rays.
Yeah, I don't know what to even anticipate from it, but it is nice, and I also, as we were discussing it, I am thinking like, oh yeah, both these episodes also showed a slightly increased instance of Hayato being very directly like, yo, we gotta track down Dr. Death. We gotta stop. He is the source of all of this, and we gotta go after him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit in the previous episode. He didn't get to take direct action on it, but when he was like scoping out that base and stuff, he was like, oh shit, Dr. Death is working. He's talking to us. We gotta get him.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't manifest because the bombs are distracting. And in this case, it was like, I'm gonna hold this motherfucker hostage. And when it all went south, he was just like, Taki, you gotta get this guy.
Yeah.
Like, so we're showing this like sort of increased, like, he keeps making all this bullshit. We gotta stop the man. And yeah, so we got that glimpse. We got the glimpse into what a fight might look like with him.
Yeah.
With this legitimately geriatric old man.
Yeah, really.
It's gonna be very funny once they kick him off a cliff and he explodes.
Well,
looking forward
he'll probably turn into a cyborg like Zol did.
Or a
super bat
because he's
cyborg.
a vampire.
Yeah.
Batman
I think
returns.
He is a cyborg because, looking at my notes again, episode 41, Hayato and Hongo established that cyborgs have telepathy with each other. And while it's not exactly the same, I think the hypnosis thing that Dracula did is close enough and adjacent that I think would be reasonable to assume that he's a cyborg.
I could believe it.
That's fair.
I mean, Shocker's made cyborgs that are capable of mind control before, so I could totally believe that a higher ranking one could have all sorts of telepathic and psychic powers.
And I also don't think we've established magic.
No.
I don't think.
I think he's magic.
Usually if magic
I think he's just a literal
That'd be
Dracula.
great.
That'd be so cool.
I mean, that's certainly a possibility. But traditionally, Kamen Rider makes a point of establishing if magic is a thing in its universe or not.
But this is the first Kamen Rider. We left Ruka.
This is true.
Yeah, who
Doesn't
knows
matter
when that
if we
tradition...
establish it or not.
Yes.
Anything's possible. Anything is possible.
Uncharted waters of the sea that took that boy's father.
And then gave him back, I guess.
It's safe for another
No harm,
day.
no foul.
Yeah, sorry, sea.
Hey.
Sorry, ocean.
Sorry, Ocean, it wasn't your fault. It's fascist.
You're cool.
It was this weird, ugly roadkill beast.
Always
Bleh.
fascists.
It's always fucking
This
fascist.
fucking town.
Can't have anything.
Suck
Get
it.
out of Japan.
I didn't write this down officially, but I do have one more note for the end of this episode.
Please.
Where's Hongo?
You know, I had the feeling this was
He's
going
on
to go
my
there.
desk.
Do you want to know?
Is-
Because I can tell you.
Is it? But we'd be
No.
spoiling it for the viewers or the listeners.
All right.
Yeah, what? No.
Very
Also,
well.
I guess I
Then-
probably shouldn't spoil it too much for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we could all look this up ourselves if we wanted to.
Yeah,
I think
it's
there's
true.
a point in not.
I miss him.
I miss him
It's
too.
okay.
It's okay, B. He's gonna come back.
Just want to see him kill stuff.
We'll
I have
meet again.
Bro, you making hella noise back
Don't
there.
know where.
I have like
Don't know where.
You should be glad you didn't get picked up on my mic.
3.6 hongos on my bookshelf.
Whoa.
That's a delightful amount of
Gopher,
hongos.
how come your mom lets you have 3 hongos?
How come you have no hongos?
Yeah, why?
Say lying, Gopher.
I don't know the response to that.
If you can't believe in God, keep
Nah. That was the wrong line.
I can believe in the blood-stained gloves of Takeshi Hongo.
I can believe that Gopher gets 2 hot dogs.
Yay! 2 hot dogs for... Wait, but Gopher's vegetarian, right?
Maybe they're
I
veggie
tried
dogs.
to-
Are...
I just, I guess you don't have to have meat on your pizza, but with the amount you eat, I don't know. Figured you'd get some every once in a while.
Jeez. Pizza. Who
Gopher
needs
is like,
cups?
I will simply never shit.
Not necessarily extra cheese.
Block that
Hey,
shit up.
hey, wait a second. Getting a cheese pizza doesn't mean it has more cheese than other
It
pizzas.
doesn't-
Getting
When you eat pizza at the rate Gopher does, it doesn't matter.
their body has acclimated to this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
How dare you be disgusted?
That's so much cheese.
If I don't eat pizza, I'll lose 70% of my body mass.
Gopher is reclaiming cheese from the fascists.
That's
Yeah, I have
fair.
Jewish ancestry too. Got him.
There, see?
God,
That's
I'm
why Gopher has
troubled.
to eat so much cheese. And that is why
Piss off
I,
fascists.
as a
Yeah,
product
that's
of white genocide, also have to eat lots of cheese.
I don't have to eat a lot of cheese. I just do because I like cheese.
And that's why I'm eating this entire fondue pot by myself. Good night.
It's for my people.
I am being given a look.
Heritage.
I think I'm in trouble, but I don't know why. The point is, perhaps we should wrap it up.
He gon' get you.
Maybe.
He's looking like he gonna get me. He was in the kitchen yelling earlier. I gotta figure out, like, bro. I'm like, dog, what the fuck do you want? I'm recording
Maybe he really
right
is
now.
related to
What?
Coco.
You should put.
Maybe it
You should
is.
see if. You know how saddlebags kind of hook up, like they just
Mhm.
drape over a horse.
Mm.
Yeah.
What if you do that for
Mhm.
Mr. Popo, but just throw food in there?
Maybe. Yeah.
What if he might just do that cat thing where he just like crumples to the floor because something is touching him unpleasantly.
Yeah.
We got him one of those, like, vests for cats that want to be outdoors all the time.
Mm.
And that is exactly what he did. Like, my brother got it for him so he could, like, take him on walks while he was taking care of him and stuff. And he was like, I just wasted my money. He will not. He refuses to move while this thing is on him.
When
He
The
hates it.
trauma.
when one of my cats was
Right?
very young, she liked to like follow us around. So we're just like, what if we just
Stop
put
trying to
a
get in the
harness on
pantry.
her and then take her outside for walks? Because she already
Mhm.
follows us around.
Mm.
We put it on her, and she kind of like she made a few steps, and then we brought her outside, and then she just like stood there for like a good couple minutes.
Yeah, cats can be very
She's
difficult.
just- yeah, she's fussy
Cats
about
are
that.
weird.
It's very difficult to leash train.
He is still staring at me. What?
Him baby.
I know him, baby. That's why I'm trying to get him to tell me what he wants.
Perhaps you're right and we should wrap up.
I know you can speak English, motherfucker. Just tell me what it is. See, now he won't look at me. Now that I've acknowledged that he's looking at me, he won't.
God. I'm
Anyway.
sorry, everybody, that this episode consists half of talking about Dragon Ball and cats and what else? Gigan? Godzilla's fat ass.
We'll give you a good episode when Kamen Rider gives us good episodes, goddammit.
Where's Hongo?
The listing was what got me.
You like...
That's fair.
What, did V's emphasis of fat ass just break you?
It just reminded me of those like 1 second compilations of Half in the Bag. They just take excerpts of things people have said. Just Godzilla's fat
ass.
Fat ass.
Dummy thick. We have to
Absolute
go.
Caked up.
We
Yeah,
have to
it
cat
sounds like
wants food.
we don't have anything else to say about the episode. So sorry that we're dumbasses. Check out the Patreon. Give us money. Oh, love Kamen Rider. Love yourselves. Love the people. Hate fascists. And always remember that if you can't believe in God and you can't believe in Buddha, you can always believe in Kamen Rider.